You just purchased GTA Online and you have no idea what to do as a level 1. Lucky for you, I will go over what you need to do as a level 1 so you can quickly make millions of dollars and make any purchase you want. The days of you being a low-level brokey are over because by the end of this video, you're going to be a millionaire. So I've just created a new account in GTA Online. I haven't logged into it quite yet, but yeah, we're going to because I'm going to show you a step-by-step process on how you're going to become a millionaire in GTA Online. This year's how to start as a level 1 in GTA Online in 2026 video is going to be different than last year, 2025 and 2024. And it's pretty much going to be completely different straight from the jump because the past 2 years, I was trying to make it where every player in GTA Online was included. So that didn't take into account the criminal career progress that you can do right at the beginning of the game. You can see this right here in the bottom left-hand corner. Create a new GTA Online character and get $4 million to kickstart your criminal career. Now for Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5, this has been out in the game for a decent bit, but it hadn't been out yet for PC. So just to keep everyone included, I didn't really mention this, but this past year, back in March, they actually released this for PC. So everyone that's playing GTA now should have access to the $4 million to kickstart your criminal career. So straight off the bat, I'm literally just going to show you exactly what I would do for the criminal career. So yeah, we're loading into the game. We get this little cutscene of just various different things in GTA Online. So you can see it right there. Congratulations, you've been awarded $4 million to kickstart your first criminal career in GTA Online. So absolutely, that's fantastic. So now you get thrown onto this screen, and if you're a level 1, you're probably like, what the hell is this? What is all this? You have 4 options to select from: executive, gunrunner, nightclub owner, and biker. All these different options correspond with a business in the game. Whichever one of these you select, you will essentially also be getting that business. So I'll just go over all of it right now. The executive goes with the CEO office, which when you get that, you also get a special cargo warehouse. The gunrunner, it corresponds with the bunker. The nightclub owner, it corresponds with the nightclub. And then the biker corresponds with the MC clubhouse. You will also be getting one of the MC businesses. But the best option, in my opinion, out of these 4 is going to be gunrunner because the bunker is going to be the best business out of these from the beginning. People will say the nightclub is a better business overall, but in order to max out your nightclub, you're going to need to have a bunch of other businesses that you just don't have as a level 1. So that's why I personally like the bunker and the gunrunner selection right here. So let's select that. And then you have this screen right here. Now, it's saying for you to select a bunker. You have a few options that you can select from. The cheaper the option, the further away it is from the main map. See, like right here, this is the Polito Forest bunker. That's all the way at the north of the map. Most everything in GTA Online is going to be happening towards the south of the map because that's where downtown Los Santos is. So there's not a bunker really in downtown Los Santos, but the business overall, the bunker overall is really going to be working right around like the central part of the map anyways. So trying to have a bunker at the center of the map, but that can easily also get to downtown Los Santos is a good option. So my favorite option out of these, in my opinion, is going to be the Route 68 bunker. I mean, you can look at the location, right? Pretty much smack dab in the middle. It's near a lot of roads that can easily take you back to downtown Los Santos without taking up too much time. So I'm going to select the Route 68 bunker. It's going to cost me already $1,950,000. That's fine. Now we're on the upgrade screen right here. We need to purchase an upgrade with our bunker. Oh yeah, by the way, let me go over to Submarine. So what if you're just like, no, I just want to walk away with $4 million? You can't do that. You have to select the business. You have to select an upgrade. As you can see right there, it's giving me a little caution, none chosen. And then you're also going to have to select a vehicle and you're also going to have to select a weapon. Okay, let's just say you want to get the cheapest thing with all of those, right? I'll show you real quick. Okay, I just selected the cheapest option for every single thing, right? So that only costed me $1,275,000. So then I would have $2,720,000 $624,000 remaining, but it doesn't say it until you try to walk away with this much money. You can see at the bottom of the screen right there, spend between $3 million and $4 million out of this $4 million that you start out with. So pretty much what they're doing is they're forcing you to actually make good purchases, because like if you go out into GTA Online with $4 million, I mean, let's just face it, you're probably going to spend it on probably the most ridiculous vehicle in the game, or just make really ridiculous purchases, and then you're really not going to be in a good place. You just spend a lot of money on a bunch of stupid crap and you don't have any other way to make money. So that's what they're kind of trying to prevent you here. But anyways, back to the purchases I want to make. So now that we know that we need to spend anywhere between $3 and $4 million out of the $4 million that we just get, we need to purchase an upgrade. Now, the best upgrade is going to be the bunker upgrade pack A. And you get two things here. You get an equipment upgrade, which having the equipment upgrade is going to make the product that you actually create here more valuable. So essentially, you're going to be making more money because your equipment is better. But you're also getting a personal quarters, so you can spawn in here, which you're at the central part of the map. That's a pretty good thing too. So I want to get the bunker upgrade pack A. So we've only selected two things. We already have $630,000 remaining. Not ideal, I'm not going to lie. $630,000. I mean, we're not swimming in money right now. Let's just say that. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to make a slight change here. So I selected the Route 68 bunker. I want to get a certain vehicle, so I'm not going to select the Route 68 bunker. Instead, I'm going to select the Chumash bunker, because the Chumash bunker actually is a little bit closer to downtown Los Santos. It's just on the far west coast of the map, but you're saving $300,000. So I'm going to do that. Keep the bunker upgrade pack A, so then I can purchase this vehicle right here, the armored Kuruma. This thing is incredible because you can see it right there on the windshield. There's armor plating, and it's going to be very tough for enemies to shoot inside of this vehicle. Now, if someone shoots it with an RPG, this is going to blow up pretty quickly, but when you're doing missions and whatnot, especially as a low level, this thing is huge. So I want to get that. I absolutely want to get that. And to be honest, I'm really not interested in any of these other vehicles. The armored Kuruma will be our vehicle, our go-to vehicle. Now we need to purchase weapons. The homing launcher, that is a great weapon to start out with. You can lock onto enemy aircraft or enemies in general that are in vehicles. You can lock onto them with the homing launcher. I want that. That's good. And then also I'm going to select the special carbine. This is one of my favorite assault rifles in the game, so I want to get that. And then we can also select the heavy shotgun. This is one of the better shotguns in the game too. It's going to help out nice when it comes to close quarters combat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a limited selection of weapons right here, but once we actually get our account set up, we're going to purchase even more weapons. But anyways, that's all the purchases I want to currently make. So you can see now this is the full breakdown sheet. We got gifted $4 million, but we spent $3,871,000. So now we have a total remaining of $128,000, but we just made a lot of good purchases already. So it's really going to help us out in the future. So now let's enter GTA Online. So now from here, you're going to have to create your character. So let me sit here and customize my character, make them look, you know, not ugly. Okay, so I've almost done creating my character, but one more thing when it comes to setting your stats of your character, I want to take everything out of flying, driving, and shooting, and I want to put it into stamina. I want to put everything into strength, and I don't know, I'll put the rest, the leftover, and lung capacity. And that's going to be because at least I want to put as much as possible in stamina right at the beginning, just because one of the better ways to make money, which actually I'm not going to go over, the junk energy time trial. That's a great way to make money as a low level, but you're going to need pretty good stamina in order to complete it. As a low level, you don't have good stamina, but if you keep running around GTA, your stamina will go up. But also, it's harder to increase strength. It's also harder to increase stamina. It's pretty easy to increase driving, shooting, and flying. So that's how I want to divvy things up right here at the beginning. But yeah, essentially, this is our character, and he is about to be sent into the world of GTA Online. So we're walking out of the police station, and we have just loaded into GTA Online. Now you're probably thinking, oh my god, this looks disgusting. This is not smooth at all. Well, we can fix that. You can fix that just straight off the bat. So let's hit pause. We want to scroll all the way over to settings, and we want to go over to display. And our graphics mode right now is fidelity. I don't want that. I do not want fidelity. This looks disgusting. So I want to put it on performance RT. We get out of that, and everything just moves a lot smoother. Everything just looks a lot better. So there you go. So now the game's going to tell us to get into our vehicle. Our vehicle is just straight up in the middle of the road. Okay. Thank you for placing it just straight up in the middle of the road. So this is the armored Kuruma that we selected earlier. I mean, you can see all the armor that's on this thing. This thing is incredibly armored. Now it's going to walk us straight through an introduction. So they're telling us to go to Davis. So we've made it over to Davis. We have to collect our weapon stash. So this is the weapons that we selected right at the beginning. Now, it's not even telling us to do anything, but I want you to pull out your homing launcher and just already shoot it at these guys. Even though they didn't tell us to do that quite yet, they are going to tell us to do that. And with a homing launcher, you can just immediately shoot them. You can't do that with the assault rifle. You can't do that with a heavy shotgun. So we just took care of that just straight off the bat. Just simple. Now we're off driving again, and pretty much now at some point they're going to tell us to go over to our bunker. So there you go. It's now telling us to go to the bunker. So we're going to have to drive all the way to the bunker, which is roughly like 2 miles from this location right here. So we've made it over to our bunker. It's going to be this thing right here, straight on the edge of the ocean. So let's walk on in. And now we have to sit through a cutscene for the bunker. But essentially, I'll sum it up for you right here. Essentially, the bunker, what you're doing here is essentially making weapons. And how you make the weapons is you need to go out, get supplies. Then those supplies can be turned into product. And when you have product, you can sell that product for money in GTA. But essentially, once you have supplies, you just have to wait for the supplies to be turned into product. It's not an active business. It's not an active way to make money. Unlike the other things I'm going to go over later on in this video, this is a passive way to make money. All right, so we just finished with the cutscene. So now they want us to name our organization. So you're going to have to open up the interaction menu, go over to Secure Serve VIP, go down to management, go over to name, and then you can name it whatever you want. I'm not going to select a name, so I'm just going to name it an organization. So very nice. Now we can go over to the laptop, which is going to be right over here. There's a little laptop icon on your mini map that you can just run over to. But yeah, so this laptop right here pretty much runs the entire bunker business. But we need to go over here. We actually have to set up the bunker business itself. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm not really going to show this. It's pretty simple. We just need to drive to a location and we need to collect some supplies and just drive all the way back. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, I'm just going to do this real quick. So we're back with the supplies. Now the game is pretty much going over like, hey, this is what this is. I already explained all this to you. Supplies will be turned into product. You can then sell the product to make money. Pretty much just giving you that rundown right now. Okay, we just loaded in, and after all that, we start out as a level 5. So once we complete that setup, we're free to do whatever at this point. We're released out into the world of GTA Online. We're sitting at $128,000. So yeah, pretty much what we're gonna do now is we're gonna head over to Ammunition to purchase even more weapons with the remaining $128,000. And then after that, we're gonna get started with actually making money. So with this location of the bunker, we are very, very close to location. Literally, it's just right up the road. And it's this place right here under the red, white, and blue awning. I want to walk in. So hold on. Before we actually look at what's here, we need to look at what we have. So we have a special carbine. We have a heavy shotgun. We have a homing launcher. Then we also already have a pistol too. But there's like 2 things that I really, really want from here. So let's talk to this guy. Okay, one of the things I actually want to purchase is going to be the marksman rifle. Now, we actually could have purchased this during the initial setup. But honestly, I thought I could have purchased the sniper rifle like straight off the bat, which I can't. Have to be ranked 21. But yeah, this will give us an opportunity to have a sniper rifle. So that's good. So I want that. How about this? We'll actually purchase some sticky bombs too. We'll purchase some proximity mines. We'll purchase some grenades also. Just fully stock up on all this. But then the big thing that I really, really want is going to be a good pistol, because having a good pistol you can shoot out of your vehicle is actually really nice. So we can purchase the machine pistol. Now, the best pistol, or one of the best pistols, is the AP pistol, but I have to be ranked 33. So as a level 1, the machine pistol is a great option. And then also I'm going to go over to my normal pistol since we got that for free. And I want to put a suppressor on this thing. So when we have to do missions where it requires you to be stealthy, we have a stealthy weapon, which will be just our normal pistol. So there we go. So we have a suppressor on that. We still have $59,000. So our weapons are pretty good now. We pretty much have a weapon in every class. We have a shotgun. We have an explosive weapon. We have throwable explosives. We have a pistol. We have an SMG, which I technically, it's, even though it's called a pistol, I don't know why it's in this category, but whatever. Besides the point, we have a good AR, and then we have a sniper rifle. So now that we have all that squared away, we need to go over to our first big moneymaker as a level 1. So you should have gotten a text message at this point. So go over here, and you should have gotten a text message from an unknown person. They're telling you to go to a specific payphone, and that specific payphone is going to be labeled as A right here. So you just need to find the A on the map, and we just need to travel straight there. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So the payphone that we need to go to is going to be right here. So we just need to walk up to this payphone, and we're going to have to sit through this cutscene. But essentially what we're doing now is we're starting up the No Way Out missions. These missions aren't even a month old as I'm recording this. These missions are brand new, but this is the new best way for low-level players to make money. So absolutely, as a level 1, you need to be taking advantage of this. But yeah, you're going to have to sit through this cutscene right at the start. All right. So we just hung up the payphone. We're back in GTA Online. So at some point, he's going to message us with another location of a payphone that we have to go to. Okay, right there. Unknown, Echo Rock, Alta Street payphone, answer it. So just head straight over there. It's going to be the same thing, a letter A on the map. Just head over to that A and pick up the payphone once you get there. So once again, we've made it to the payphone, but this time when we try to answer it, we get sent into this screen. And instead of us just jumping straight into a cutscene, we're going to be jumping into a mission. Now, for all of these missions that we're going to do, we're going to be doing it on hard difficulty so we can try to make as much money as possible. But don't worry, I will explain how to do all of these missions as a level 1. So let's confirm the settings. Wait, actually, hold on. Before we jump into this, I'm going to show you one thing. I'm going to show you one thing before we actually jump into this. So what we want to do right now is we want to head over to Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport. We want to head over to this location. So just drive straight there. So we've made it here. So we just need to walk into this building. There's a bunch of cars here and whatnot. I don't give a crap about the cars. I want to head straight over here to this little coffee table. And from here, you can pick up snacks. So I already have full on everything except for a bunch of cigarettes and some alcohol. But look, we don't need that. That doesn't help us at all. The snacks though, the snacks actually help us out. So E-Colas, Ego Chasers, Meteorites, P's and Q's, and Sprunk, all that's going to help us because if we lose health at any point during these missions, we can eat snacks. So I don't know. I'm going to have to like injure myself somehow, some way. Let me see if I can lose some health. All right. So actually I have the cops that are about to head over here. I'm just going to let them shoot me so we can showcase this example that I'm about to do. Okay. I died. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I want. I'm trying to show you how snacks work. I'm not trying to show you how to die. Okay, I got my health down to half health. You can see the bottom left-hand corner. You can see the little green bar. It's like halfway filled up. So that means I'm on half health. So now, in order to eat snacks, you just got to pull up your weapon wheel and you just got to press up on the D-pad to eat snacks. So 1, 2, 3 snacks and I'm fully back to health. So when you do these missions that I'm about to show you, and if your health is going down, you can just do that. You can do what I just showed you. Eat snacks and your health is back up to being good. And if you run out of snacks, go back over to Simeon's, which is right over there, and just pick up some more snacks. So yeah, snacks is an absolute game changer when it comes to doing these missions in GTA Online. But anyways, let's go back and start up that first mission. So here we go. We're starting up the first mission of the No Way Out missions, negative press. Now, the first time you do this, these little cutscenes that you're holding up the payphone, you can't skip, which is a little bit annoying, but it's okay. All right, so let's go over to our armored Kuruma right here, and we need to go to the No Way Depot. So all we got to do is just drive over there. It's not too far away from the payphone that we just talked into. So we've made it to the No Way Depot. Let's enter in. So now we're inside, and you can see on the minimap, there's a bunch of cones of vision of everyone. This pretty much means they don't know that you're here. You're in stealth. And we want to make sure we're going to stay in stealth. So I have pulled out my pistol with the suppressor on it, and we're going to take out everyone. We're going to take out everyone here. And we want to make sure we are doing this stealthy also. We don't want to break stealth. It's going to be a little bit more annoying if we break stealth. So here, we just want to make sure we take everyone out. We just want to make sure we hit our headshots like that guy right there. Hit him in the head, no problem. And it's okay if you do break stealth for whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to take everyone out pretty quickly. You have the weapons to do that, but since I'm still stealthy right now, I can just easily take them out with this suppressor. All right, now it says enter a test pod. We are gonna enter a test pod, but we only have to enter one. But the other ones that you don't enter in, just blow them up. We have grenades right there. Watch that test pod get blown up. There's a test pod right here. Let's blow up that one. There's another test pod right over here. We want to leave one test pod remaining though, so don't blow up the last one. So let's get into this pod. So now we can drive this vehicle. It's going to force you into first person, which is a little bit annoying, especially if you're a low level, since you're still kind of learning the game. But anyways, now we have a set of objectives. We have to cause 5 high-speed collisions with vehicles. We have to maintain a speed of 50 miles per hour for 15 seconds, and we have to knock down 5 pedestrians. So I'm going to try to get the 50 miles per hour first. So I like to go this way. That car was not in a great spot for me, but we're good. Okay, 15 seconds now. Let's just run into cars at high speeds. That's 1. Another car right here. That's 2. Another car right here. That is not a high speed 1. We also got to knock down pedestrians. So let me just run over a few pedestrians right here. 3, 4. There's another car right there. Nice. That's 3 high-speed collisions. There's another pedestrian knocked over. The objectives are going to be different for this mission. You could get the same ones as me, or you can get slightly different ones. All of them are fairly simple though. Anyways, here's the 5th and final one. Good. Okay, so now our objective is to destroy the no-way billboards and taxis. So we're gonna drive over to a no-way billboard, but we're not gonna be destroying these with the taxi. It's gonna be a little bit more annoying if we do it with the taxi. So I want to park right in front. We're gonna exit the no-way pod. And now the bottom of the screen is telling you enter a no-way test pod. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this in a quicker way. We're gonna exit right through here, and still it's telling us to go to the no-way depot. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna get into our armored Kuruma, and now we are gonna just take everything out, just driving around town with our armored Kuruma instead of having to drive around in that test pod. So one of the annoying things with the armored Kuruma is that you can't throw out sticky bombs or any other throwable explosives. You can shoot out of it though, but you can't just throw explosives. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get out right in front of this vehicle. We're gonna throw a sticky bomb right on it. We're gonna drive away, get comfortably away from it, and just watch it blow up. It's good. It's one taxi down. And then we're gonna go right here. This is the taxi we were driving earlier. Just throw a sticky bomb on that, because we have to destroy that also. Blow that up along with the billboard. The billboard and the test pod that we were in was blown up all in one. That's good. We just got to keep driving around town, blowing up billboards and destroying taxis. So there's another billboard right here. Just chuck a sticky bomb right up there and boom, good stuff. Now this billboard right over here is probably the most annoying one. I'm gonna park right here. Actually gonna climb up on our vehicle, and I'm gonna have to pull out my homing launcher. I really wouldn't like to use my homing launcher in that situation, but there was no other option. Here's another billboard. Very good. So we have one more taxi and one more billboard to blow up. Okay, so here's another taxi. Just gonna park right in front of it. Throw a sticky bomb on it. Drive away. Watch it get blown up. So we just have one more billboard to blow up. So here's the billboard. Throw a sticky bomb on it. And it gets blown up. Very good. So we just have everything done now. All we got to do is lose the cops. And then all we got to do is just head over to Avi's dead drop. So right now it's just telling us to go to Avi's dead drop. We are going to have to lose the cops before we make it there. So just keep an eye out on the minimap. This is a great way to lose cops. Just keep an eye out on the minimap. If you're getting close to cops, just kind of slow down, be cautious. Pay attention where you're going. See, there's a cop just beyond the intersection. Just make sure you don't get too close to him and just keep heading towards where you need to go, which in this case will be Avi's dead drop. And there we go. I just lost the cops. Good stuff. So now I can just drive as fast as I want. Don't have to pay too much attention, and we can just head straight to where I need to go. So we've made it over here. We need to open the trunk of Avi's Felon GT. There's going to be a bundle of cash. You collect that. And of course, there's another payphone we have to pick up. And just like that, mission passed. For that, we made $21,000. That is not the big payday that we're looking for. The big payday is going to be after we complete the finale. But I mean, hey, I'm not going to decline $21,000. But essentially with these missions, there's going to be 4 setups and then a finale mission. We just completed the first setup. We have 3 more to go before we can start up the finale. So we're loading back into GTA Online. So Avi's gonna message us again. Luxury Autos alleyway payphone, answer it. So we're gonna have to go to that payphone and do the same thing. And then that'll start up a new mission. All right, we're jumping into mission number 2, Inside Out. This one's gonna be a little bit more interesting of a mission. It's gonna have a little bit more conflict. Okay, so after that little payphone cutscene, we're now in a mercenary outfit. Now we need to go and meet the No Way contact. Okay, so we've made it here. This is the No Way contact. We are gonna have to get out of our vehicle, or we're gonna have to get into this vehicle. So now we need to take this contact over to downtown Cabco. So essentially, I'm gonna give you the quick story of what's been going on as far as these missions are concerned. So like Avi Schwartzman, who we're working for, he thinks No Way, the company No Way, is doing something fishy. So that's why we blew up a bunch of their self-driving taxis. But now we've infiltrated No Way. We're somehow working for them now undercover. And we need to sabotage the traditional taxi company. But anyways, so we did what we need to do there, and we need to lose the cops. So I like to drive over here and just kind of hope that I lose the cops quicker. Okay, we lost the cops. Now we need to go and we need to take the contact to the hideout. Okay, we've made it to the hideout. We need to go in with this guy. So we need to run in here, and it says follow the No Way contact. We just need to head straight over here. So now this FIB guy, he's pretty much telling us what's going to be happening next. But as soon as he's done talking, we need to take him out. He's giving us crucial intel, which is going to be nice. But once he's done with that, we're just going to end him. So he just finished talking. I'm going to quietly walk over to this guy. So as soon as we're ready, let's pull out the heavy shotgun, smack him in the face, and then bang, bang. Start taking out everyone. I have the heavy shotgun. Let's go. This part is going to be a little bit interesting. I mean, we are a low level trying to take these guys out, so you got to be very meticulous. Make sure you're hitting your shots. Okay, I have low health. What am I going to do? Eat snacks. Exactly what we're going to do. Okay, everyone's been taken out. Let's exit the hideout. Now it's time for us to go to the data center. Okay, we've made it to the data center. There's a few people outside. We need to take them out. There we go. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to get out of the vehicle. I'm going to go to managed vehicles. I want to turn my personal vehicle to storage. So just did that. Now let's enter the data center. So this part isn't too bad. You just need to run around. There's like a few guards we need to take out. We need to go downstairs and we need to find hard drives. So the hard drives are going to be in 3 corners. There's gonna be 3 corners of this room. So you need to go to each corner and they'll appear. So there's one right there. Good stuff. 2 more to go. Go to this corner. That's another hard drive. 1 more to go. And then there's one right there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we just need to make it back upstairs and exit the data center. But you need to pay attention exactly the way I like to exit out of here, or at least when we get outside. So there's gonna be a lot of enemies running after us. I immediately want to turn right. I want to go over here and we can squeeze right between these crates and we can just run away. So we're just avoiding a ton of enemies. And then right in here, I want to call in my personal vehicle. So my personal vehicle will spawn pretty close. That's why we returned it to storage, so we can call it back in. Now, we just want to get in, and all we got to do now is we just need to go to Avi's dead drop and deliver the hard drives. There's a little bit of a blockade right here. We can just drive right through. We have an armored Kuruma. They're not going to hurt us at all. Okay, so we just have to return these hard drives to Avi's Felon GT, and then same thing, we're going to have to answer the payphone. And just like that, another mission passed. So same thing, after this, you'll get loaded back into free mode, and then just gotta find the A on the map once again. Just head over there and start up the next mission. We're jumping into the third mission. It's going to be tunnel vision. So we're starting out this time right near the airport at the bottom of the map. All right, so we need to go over to LSIA Terminal 4 station, which is going to be straight over here, not far away at all. So we can drive down here with the Kuruma also, but this is where we can stop. We're going to have to stop right here. We're going to return our vehicle to storage. We need to go to platform 1. And once again, we're going to have to take out people quietly. So we want to pull out our suppressed pistol and just quietly take a bunch of people out, making sure we don't get caught. We want this to be easy on ourselves. Guard right there. Not anymore. Another one, take him out. Another one right there. And then we need to take a left right here. Go down these stairs. There's gonna be 4 more guards. Take that guy out. Take this guy out. Take him out. and take that guy out. So good. Everyone's been taken out. Now we need to hack the controls to start the train. So we have to do a hack, but this hack is fairly simple. It's pretty much just straight algebra. So actually, this is a good one right here. So we're on the number 5, and we're over this icon. This icon represents 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. Then this icon right here, a line with 2 slashes going through it, this is times 2. So 5 times 2 equals 10. The result you can see in the bottom. And then this X right here, X is going to equal times 10. So 5 times 10 equals 50. So our target number is 59. So we want 5 times 10 equals 50. So the remaining is 9. And the remaining numbers that we have are 2 and 5. How are we going to get there with a times 1 and a times 2? Well, 2 times 2 equals 4. So we can do it like that. And then 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 4 equals 9, which will get us all the way up to 59. Oh, you got a little bit of algebra help there too. But nice. We did the hack on that. So now we are controlling the train. So Avi is now controlling the train. He's going to take us to the ambush point. Okay, so we've made it to the location. We're going to get out of the train. So here comes a train. So as the train is pulling up, start taking everyone out. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the guys have been taken out. One of them was holding a briefcase, so we need to walk in and go collect that briefcase. And pretty much from this point, we just need to deliver the briefcase to Avi's dead drop. Now, there's some more guards running up, losing health. I died. Should have been paying more attention. I should have been eating snacks. Don't do what I just did. I was about to eat snacks too, but I was a little too late. You need to be eating snacks. So it spawns us back here. We just need to steal the briefcase once again. So there you go. Briefcase has been stolen. And you need to take out these guys that are running up on us. Okay, good. There's a few more. Last guy is right there. He has been taken out. So now go over to this crate. There's going to be 2 bikes in here. So let's open it up. Let's just drive away in one of these bikes. So we want to try to drive away as fast as possible, making sure we don't crash. We're losing a little bit of health. So we want to make sure we keep eating snacks. Okay, good. We just made it outside. We want to take this jump, and we're just going to drive on the LS River right here. And we just said hello to a freaking car. Okay, once again, don't do what I just did. Avoid getting run into by enemies, okay? I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but apparently I didn't do that. So we're gonna have to spawn right back here, and we're gonna have to try that again. Okay, so once again, let's go grab a bike. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep my snacks tab open. So if we get shot a decent amount, we'll just eat snacks. So once again, we just wanna hang out at the LS River, gonna follow it this way. And then there's like an exit right here. We wanna take this exit, get back out onto the main road, and then we want to head this way on the train tracks. So we want to take the train tracks all the way over, pretty much right next to Avi's dead drop. There we go. We made it back. Open the trunk of Avi's Felon GT, then answer the payphone. And just like that, another mission passed. We have one more mission before the finale, so let's jump into the next one. So we're jumping into the 4th mission, trash talking. Okay, so to start this mission, we're gonna dress like we are a trash collector. And pretty much we're gonna be disguising ourselves as a trash collector for the entirety of this mission, because we need to steal a trash truck, and we need to go around to these no way offices and steal a bunch of like important documents that are going to be in trash bags for whatever reason, but they're in special trash bags, not just a normal black trash bag. But anyways, we're here. Here is the truck. I'm gonna run this guy over for fun. Now we are in the truck. So now we need to go to 3 different no way offices, and I'm going to show you exactly how to tackle each of these locations and exactly what you need to do at each one. But let's just make it over to the first one right now. So we've made it to the first no way office. We need to turn right here, and there's going to be a gate. You know, honk once we make it up to the gate. They'll let us in. But what we're going to do is we're going to drive this way, and then we're going to back. We're going to back up right over here, something like this. And then we're going to get out, and then there's going to be a guy working on this fuse box. He's going to walk away, which is great because we want to mess around with this fuse box because this is going to disable some security cameras. Okay, we get electrocuted. That's awesome. But the security camera is now disabled. You can see that in the bottom left-hand corner. Now we want to hop this fence, and there's a guard right there. He's going to move as soon as the security guard has been disabled. Now we need to take these trash bags, these blue trash bags, to to the truck. We want to make sure we don't get caught over here or we're caught with a blue trash bag. But if you do exactly what I'm doing right now, you will not be caught. There we go. That's 2 blue bags collected. We just want to get back into the truck and we need to move to the next No Way office. So that's pretty much what we're doing this mission. We're trying to collect blue trash bags, or at least for the first 2 offices. But on our way to this next office, Avi's going to tell us that the real trash truck is on its way over and we need to compromise it. So instead of just heading directly to the next office, we are going to take out the next trash truck. So you can see it on the minimap. It's just a white trash truck icon, and we're pretty much just going to drive straight to it. Now, like I said with the Kuruma earlier, we can't throw our explosions or like the sticky bombs, anything like that. But with this, you can. With the trash truck, you can. And pretty much with every other vehicle, you can. Or most every other vehicle. So here's a trash truck. Run straight into it. That was a bad throw. Throw a sticky bomb on it. And we want to get away from this. Okay, they drive away from me. And good. You can see it in the bottom left-hand corner. The enemy garbage truck was disabled. Good. It's exactly what we wanted. So now we will go to the No Way office. Okay, we've made it to the next one. Once again, we have to honk so we can be let in. Very good. So now what we're going to do this time, we're going to back in. We want to back in right in front of these stairs. And then the fuse box is just going to be straight over here. So once again, walk up to the fuse box and disable the security cameras. But this time, we're going to have to take out some guards. So there we go. So we want to hop this fence and we want to pull out our pistol with the suppressor, take that guy out, and then we want to take that guy out. Okay, so we're good now. We need to collect this blue trash bag and once again, take it over to the truck. So we delivered 1 blue bag. Let's go back and get the other one. And we just want to throw this one in. Good stuff. And there we go. So that's the second location done. We have 1 more location to go, but this one's going to be a little bit different than the last 2. So we've made it to the final one. There's no gate that we need a honk for, but this time around, we're just going to pull around here. We're going to back straight up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to disable the fuse box. That's good. Security camera was disabled. And then this guy's supposed to show us back behind there, but he's not going to do that right now. So we're just going to smack him upside the head. Very good. Instead of him opening up the gate for us, we're just going to have to hack our way. So this hack is fairly simple. So there we go. So we are in, and now we need to hack another keypad. And this one's fairly simple too. You got to make sure this line makes it all the way to the silver little block in the top left-hand corner while making sure you don't hit like the light green tiles. So yeah, fairly simple hack there also. So now we are inside. So this is another part where we need to be stealthy. So let's see, we want to take out that guy. There's 2 people over here, so we need to take them out fairly quickly. Good. Okay, somehow I got caught. I don't know how I've been caught, but look, at this point, it's not the end of the world, in my opinion. Yeah, I am lost on how I got caught, but whatever. Anyways, we need to take the No Way documents. So there's 1 right there, and there's 1 more in this office. It's going to be right through here. It's going to be right on this desk. Now, all we got to do is we just got to leave the office. It's going to be a little bit interesting since now people know that we're here. But what we're going to do, we're just going to get into our trash truck, losing a little health. Got to eat some snacks. You can eat snacks off the interaction menu. I forgot to mention that earlier. But now we need to damage the FIB van. So there's a FIB van straight ahead. So we just need to shoot at it, just damage it enough so that it'll come to a stop. Okay, just came to a complete stop. We need to take out the 2 drivers, or the driver and the passenger. We have to collect some more blue bags. Okay, thank you, civilian, for running me over. Yeah, okay, that might happen to you. Anyways, there's gonna be cops after you. Make sure you take out the cops, make sure you don't die, and then just deliver these blue bags over to the truck. Okay, all the bags have been delivered. Now all we got to do is lose the cops and then go to Avi's dead drop. Okay, we've made it over to Avi's dead drop, finally losing the cops. That's probably going to be the hardest point during these entire missions, these entire set of missions, is to lose the cops. It took me a little bit, but there we go. We lost it. Mission passed. But that's all the setups done. We're ready to go for the finale. And we also reached level 9. Very nice. So we're jumping into the finale, a clean break. Now, for this mission, we are going to need to remember a few things, because the way we do this finale, we can get an even bigger payday. If we can not die during this, if we can fail 0 hacks, which those two aren't terrible to do, but if we can complete this in under 10 minutes, but also get at least 35 headshots, we will get an extra $100,000 by completing the Elite Challenge. And we want to do that, okay? So just keep that in mind for this mission. The two big things, we need to complete this in under 10 minutes, and we need to get at least 35 headshots. So whatever you do during this mission, make sure you're trying to take out everyone with a headshot, because you're not going to get a lot of opportunities to get 35 headshots in the grand scheme of things. But anyways, we're not there yet. We need to collect the hacking device. So there we go. And now we need the FIB to arrive. Instead, what we're going to do, instead of waiting, is we're just going to run straight to the intersection. We're going to run right next to this guy, and we're just going to get busted straight like that. Okay, so we're going to be taken to the FIB building, and currently at the moment we are being interrogated, but obviously we're not saying anything, but our character doesn't say anything anyways. Okay, so now we need to escape the interrogation room. So at some point the game is going to allow us to get out of this chair, but it says in the top left-hand corner, your weapons, phone, and hacking device have been taken. Find a way out of the interrogation room and retrieve your gear. Okay, well, first you gotta let me out of my chair. I can't do anything right now. Okay, finally, we're getting out of our chair. So what we need to do now is we need to walk over here, because there's an emergency protocol handbook, and there's going to be an unlock bar for the door, and it was the blue line. We need to remember that. That was the blue line. It's going to be different every single time. So anyways, we got a pen. We grabbed a pen because we want to take this pen and jam it in here, and we need to cut one of the wires, and we need to cut the blue wire because that's going to unlock the door. Now, we need to collect the hacking device. There's a guard right over here. We don't have any of our weapons at the moment, so we need to sneak up behind them. Take him out like that. What we do, we collect a weapon. So now, since we have this weapon, we can get headshots. Now, a lot of these missions, I wanted to do it stealthy. This mission, I don't care about anymore because we need headshots. Headshots are more important to me. There we go. So we just collected our guns right there. So now we can use our normal guns, our good weapons, while also trying to make sure we hit our headshots. Okay, we're hitting our headshots. Now we need to hack the FIB database, and we need to connect this line over from the left side to the right side. There we go. We just did it in roughly 10 seconds. So after this, now we need to go to the roof. So we need to run right through here. And well, there's going to be more people that we are going to have to take out. A lot more people. So all these people, we just need to make sure we hit them with headshots. So you can see me, I'm being very careful, not trying to spray and pray, just trying to make sure I auto lock onto these guys and really trying to make sure that we hit our headshots. Okay, everyone's been taken out down here. We need to go up here, take out more people with a headshot. Last guy is right there. He has been taken out. Wait, actually, there's like one more. Okay, everyone's been taken out. We need to get into this helicopter. So this is your first time flying. So just hold down right trigger, and we just need to return the hacking device to Avi Schwartzman. So we need to fly this way. So Avi is saying that there's incoming aircraft after us, and oh, looks like someone is shooting a missile at us. Oh, there we go. We've been hit with one missile. We've been hit with another missile. And we just got hit with the third missile, and we're crash landing. We crash landed right on the beach, but we're waking up now. But as we're waking up, make sure you eat snacks quickly because we don't have a lot of health, but now we do. So as soon as we recover, we need to start running over this way. And then as we keep running this way, as soon as we see guards, just shoot them with a headshot. There's a helicopter coming over here. So this is why we have the homing missile. Just send a homing missile that way and just blow it up out of the sky. And then we just keep moving forward and just keep trying to hit our headshots. There's one more guard right there. Good. Okay, so now there's gonna be some jet skis right here. Now, at this point, we just need to get into the jet skis and just return the hacking device to Avi Schwartzman. But also, when we drive on these jet skis, we want to make sure we avoid the cops. Okay, so we just made it over to Avi Schwartzman in the tugboat. So now we have another cutscene, the finale cutscene, and he's giving us an envelope. And there we go, mission passed. So we would have made $525,000 just straight off the bat. And oh, I did not complete it in under Oops. I don't know how I didn't complete it in under 10 minutes. Well, that sucks. I got my headshots though. I probably spent a little too much time on headshots. So I would have made an extra $100,000. That is on me. That is not good at all. Wow. Okay. So I just choked away $100,000 by 42 seconds. So yeah, hit your headshots, but do things quickly too. Do things quickly. But anyways, we made $525,000. That's not the entire story though, because we just made another $250,000. Why is that? I will show you. So we go down here, safe house in the hills, and you can see it right here. Complete a clean break, which was that mission that we just did, as a leader to earn $250,000. So we just made $775,000 off that. So that's very good. So right now we're sitting on $843,000. That should be $943,000, but whatever. But anyways, our goal right now is to have $2,200,000. And the reason for that is because we want to purchase this thing right here, the Kasatka, for $2,200,000. So currently right now, that's our goal. Our goal is to get $2,200,000 to purchase that. And there was a little blip on the screen earlier, but I missed it because I was talking about something else. But it pretty much said we're not allowed to play the No Way Out missions again for a little bit. We can't just jump straight back into it and just do that all over again. So we're going to need another way to make money. So I'm going to show you the next thing that you should be doing right after you do the No Way Out missions. So pretty much what you need to do is you need to go over to this V on the map. So I'm going to start driving over to that V right now. Okay, so we've made it over to the V on the map. So walk over to this yellow circle. You can press right on the D-pad to start the Cluckenbell Farm raid. This is what we're going to be doing next. So the Cluckenbell Farm raid is going to be fairly similar, or at least a similar style of missions compared to the No Way Out mission. So it's going to be a lot of setup missions and then a grand finale where we get our big payday. But anyways, this guy that we're talking to right here, this is Vincent. And pretty much what he wants us to do is he wants us to take out this Cluckenbell factory all the way up in Paleto Bay that is using the Cluckenbell factory as a front to sell drugs throughout Los Santos, essentially. All right, so now we need to go to two money laundering businesses. One's gonna be labeled as business A, the other one's gonna be labeled as business B. We're gonna go over to A first, and pretty much what we're doing is we're stealing a bunch of cash from these two businesses. So this is the first location. We're over here. Take out that guy. Take out that guy. And we'll have to say, these Cluckenbell Farm raid missions are going to be a little bit more simple compared to the No Way Out missions. But anyways, we just need to go over to one of these laundromats, and we just need to collect the cash from here. But anyways, yeah, there's going to be a lot less explaining, at least in my opinion, for these missions. I feel like these missions itself are fairly self-explanatory in comparison to the No Way Out missions. I mean, like literally this mission, you just go inside, steal a bunch of cash, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully I'm not going to have to explain a ton of this, but I'll just walk you through it generally just to show you what's going on. With getting that location, we just get back into our car, and then we have to go to location B. So we've made it to location B. We have to take out a few people out here. Then once again, we have to go inside. And once again, we're just gonna have to collect a bunch of money. So there we go. We have all the cash collected. So now we just need to exit out of the business. And then we just need to run back over to our armored Kuruma. And then we just need to deliver the cash all the way back to Vincent's lockup, which is like 1.5 miles away. So not too crazy far. Okay, so we've made it back to Vincent's lockup. So just like that, mission has been passed. So we have 4 more setups that we have to do before we have to jump into the finale. So let's jump into the next setup. So we're jumping into the next mission. It's breaking and entering. So we're gonna have to do a few things for this mission, but we're gonna have to steal a laptop, and then we're gonna have to steal a hacking device from a terabyte to start out with. So I'm gonna head over to the laptop location. It's gonna be at the Del Perro Pier. So I'm gonna start heading that way right now. All right, so we've made it to the Del Perro Pier. We just want to drive in. We want to just shoot straight up in the air, and then there's a red dot that just appeared on the map. That is the person who was holding the laptop. So we just want to make our way to the initial location, which is right here. We steal the laptop, and very nice. That is a very, very quick way on how to do that. Now we just need to make our way to the terabyte. Okay, so we've made it to the terabyte. The terabyte is right here. So what we need to do once we're here is we need to take out these drones that are above it. So there's going to be like a few waves of drones that spawn in. We should have to take them out as soon as they spawn in. Okay, all the drones have been taken out. Now we need to enter the terabyte. So we need to go in here, steal the hacking device, which is right there. And we just need to exit out of here. We need to get back into our armored Kuruma, and then we have to make our way to the final part of this mission, which is us stealing a train. Because during the finale, we're going to be using a train to make our way to the Cluckenbell factory all the way in Paleto Bay. Okay, we've made it to the compound, and now there's a bunch of people here. We just need to take them out. We just need to take out all these guys, and then one of these guys is holding a train key. So we need to find the guy that's holding the train key. So we just need to keep taking these guys out. Okay, there we go. That guy just dropped a train key. We just need to walk over it to collect it. And then we need to go to the front of the train to steal the train. So now we are driving the train. And well, obviously we're in a train, so we can't steer. But at certain points, we're going to have to press right on the D-pad to make sure the train signal is green. So we're about to hit one of these points. I can press right on the D-pad. Now the train signal is green, which is nice. And we're pretty much just going to have to do this the rest of the way until we're out of the city. Just holding down right trigger, and then whenever we get to it, if we get to a spot where we have to press right on the D-pad for the train signal, then we'll hack the train signal. Okay, I died. That can always happen there too, which is very annoying. I don't know why at that location of all locations, but anyways, we need to go back to the front of the train. Just get back into the train, pull up your snacks, and then just really make sure that you don't die again. So we just escaped out of there with the train, and just like that, mission passed. Let's move on to the next setup. We're jumping into the third mission. It's going to be concealed weapons. Now, this mission and the next mission we're going to get into are going to be very different than anything else that we've done thus far, because this one, they're going to give you a choice. They're going to give you a choice between going between locations A, B, or C. Or if you really want, you can collect multiple, but we're not collecting multiple because we don't want to waste time. So for concealed, well, actually for both of them, we're going to go to location A, just because they're the quicker location for both missions. Some people like to go location B for this one, but I'm still a fan of going to location A. So we've made it over to location A. I'm just going to park the car right here. And yeah, we just need to start taking out a lot of people. There's a ton of people here, probably right around like 20 to 25-ish people. So we just need to hurry up and take these guys out. Okay, so I think we took out enough people. We need to go here to this box. That'll be our weapons, but we also have to collect a bag of gear. So we need to go to the trunk of these 3 blue vehicles and hope we can find the weapons. And nope, they are not in there. Or sorry, not weapons, it's gear. We already have the weapons technically, but not in there. Is it in here? Okay, this is bugging out. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? The trunk just does not want to open up, but very slightly. Yeah, okay, it's good now, but that's the equipment that we needed. So all we got to do now is just get back in our Kuruma and head back to Vincent's lockup. All right, so back at Vincent's lockup. Now we need to go on our phone. We need to go over to text. Then we need to just select the weapons and select the gear that we want to pick, which obviously there's only one option for each. Confirm all of that, and the mission's over pretty much. And there we go, mission passed. So let's jump into the next one. So we're jumping into the next mission. It's gonna be hit and run. Same thing as before. We need to go to location A, B, or C. Just like last time, we are gonna go to location A. So we've made it over to the location that we need to be at. So once we're here, we need to take out that guy. If I can hit a shot, take out that guy. And then we need to go up here. We need to hit this box, and then this opens up the garage, which has this vehicle, the classic tulip. This is going to be our getaway vehicle for the finale. So all we got to do now is just take it all the way up to Paleto Bay in a nearby garage from the Cluckenbell factory. But it's going to tell us to go this really windy and annoying path. I'm going to show you a path that's not going to be as annoying to go all the way up to Paleto Bay. So we want to take a left here. We will cross this bridge, but it's telling us to go right. We're actually just gonna hit this jump. We're gonna land it, and we're just gonna get on the train tracks, and we're just gonna ride the train tracks all the way to Paleto Bay. This is a much more straight shot than the recommended location that it's telling us to go, so this will save you a decent bit of time. So we just rode the train tracks all the way up here. We can break through this fence and enter this garage. And once we're inside of this garage, we just pull out the text, confirm that this is our getaway vehicle, and then we just got to leave the garage and then just leave the area. So there we go, mission passed. So we have one more setup before the finale, so let's get into the next setup. So we're here at the final setup. We're gonna have to go to the Cluck and Bell outlet. We're gonna have to pretty much hack 2 vans. So let's head down there. All right, so we've made it to the Cluck and Bell outlet. Now we just need to hack this van. That hack has been complete. Now we need to go and hack the other one. Here's the second van. There we go. We just hacked the other van. So now we need to head over to the cartel's garage. So we're inside of the garage. So I want to take this guy out silently with the suppressor. Take out this guy silently. Then I want to take out that guy silently for now, at least. But I'm not going to lie. I don't want to take out everyone silently. But anyways, we have to sabotage the cartel's delivery trucks. So we're going to go to the front hood and we're going to pull a wire on it. So there we go. That's all the wires that we needed to take out. So now we need to go into this room and we need to take out the CCTV. This is very important for how we want to do the finale, but our cover has been blown. We need to take out the witnesses within a certain amount of time, which we will do that after that little thing. Okay. So now we just have to take out all these people. So where's this guy? Right there. All right, so there's 2 more guys that we need to take out. One, I have to reload. Fantastic. And both. Okay, so good. Everyone's been taken out. So overall, we are still undercover. So that's good. We need to grab this drill and we need to go to these lockers in these rooms and we need to start drilling these lockers to try to find a yellow key card. So just hold right trigger and hopefully you find the key card sooner than later. There'll be some bags like that which actually contain money, but it's not a lot of money. So don't go to each locker once you find the key card trying to find these bags. It's not worth it, even though all the lockers I've looked through this far have just been bags. I've only looked at 4 lockers. I only found 4 bags. I mean, it's good. Some of them can be nothing, so I'd rather it be that, but I'd rather just find the key card. There's 4 different sets of lockers that we can find and drill through, so I mean, it could be anywhere. There we go. That is the key card. There we go. So now we can leave the cartel's garage. Then once we leave the garage, we can make our way down here, and if we did everything correctly, we should be able to steal the flatbed with the Cluck and Bell crates. And this is what we need. So now all we got to do is just deliver the flatbed to Vincent's lockup. So if you didn't do everything that I just did correctly, you'll then have to just escape from the enemies. And then during the finale, they're going to be expecting you at the Cluck and Bell factory. But the way that I just did it, they're not expecting me at the Cluck and Bell factory. So I'm not just going to have to partake in a huge shootout. I just have to take everyone out silently one by one by one, which is a lot easier in my opinion, a lot less annoying too. So we just made it back to Vincent's lockup and there we go. The last setup has been passed. Made a little bit of money, just an extra 5K, whatever, but we're ready to go for the finale. So here we go, the finale of the Cluck and Bell farm raid, scene of the crime. Now we get this cutscene right here where this guy in a forklift is picking up this crate and he's going to be taking this crate to the back. And well, you know, there's some pretty special cargo in there because, well, I'm in it. We are in this crate. Yep, here we go. Surprise! We're in the crate. And that's what happens when you do that last setup the way that we did. We're undercover. But anyways, we want to take out these people silently since they don't know we're here. So pull out the weapon with your suppressor. So with the weapon loadout that I chose, the combat pistol has a suppressor on it. There's going to be a guard right here. Quickly take him out. Take out that guy. There's 2 people right here. One, that guy doesn't know a thing. Now he does. Go take that guy out. Take that guy out. And now we need to enter this storage area because we need to go collect some product. I need to go down here, take out this guy, take out that guy, turn around, take out that guy. Now we need to start collecting product because that's going to be the first part of this mission. We need to go collect the product that they've been making, the illegal stuff. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to put it in this duffel bag. There we go. Just stole all the product that we needed to, but there's still more that's hanging around. So we need to go to another storage area. The next storage area is going to be right over here. We need to take out that guy. Then we need to take out this guy. And then we need to go inside of this storage area. There's going to be 2 guards in this area. Take out that one and take out this one. And there's 4 crates that we could search, but we need to search the back 2. The 2 that are furthest away from the place that you entered in at. So there we go. There's one thing of loot right there. And the other crate is is gonna be right here. Now, with this disguise that we have, it comes with a crowbar, but just in case if you don't have a crowbar, there's a crowbar sitting right there on some pallets. But with the outfit that we chose, we already had one. So now what we need to do is we need to make our way to the office. But before we do that, we need to pick up office keys. There's going to be office keys either right at this location, but if it's not at this location, I'll show you the other spot it can be at. But first, we have to take out a few people to make our way towards the back. The other location would be right here. So still on the way to the office. Anyways, take out that guard, take out this guard, and that's everyone that we need to take out. So now that we have the office keys, we can use that to unlock it. Then we need to hack this computer, which really we don't have to do a hack. Just have to let our character do its thing. Now we have to use the hacking device to find the safe code. So let me run over here. Now you can see that it's kind of like a hot and cold game. So yeah, once the bars keep getting more and more, that's going to be where the location is at. All you have to do is just run up to like the computer. So I just did and collected one of the codes. Now the next code will be probably this computer over here. Nope, it's going to be this one over here. So just run up to it. There we go. 2 out of 3 codes acquired. Last one's going to be in this direction. Probably this one. Yep, there we go. So now we need to go back to the safe. Then once we actually make it to the safe, we need to look at the code that's on our hacking device. 409232. So we need to put that code into here. So we need to put in 40. We need to put in 92. Then we need to put in 32. So there we go. Open up the safe. Go collect the cash. Very nice. So now the alarm is going off. We have a 3-star 1 in level. It's not the end of the world. Shoot this to open the shutter door. Make sure you're still using your suppressor. Now we just have to leave the Cluck and Bell factory. So all we got to do. So we got to make our way to the getaway vehicle. Don't take anyone out except for this guy right there. We need to take out this guy, that guy. There's a guard right in front of our getaway vehicle garage. Let's take that guy out. Then there's a guy running towards us. Take him out. And then we have made it to our garage. So what we're going to do here is just going to get into the getaway vehicle and get out of here. The best way we're going to get out of here is we're going to take a right on the train tracks and we're just going to drive straight back to the city pretty much. So there's a guard right up here on the train tracks. It's going to start shooting at us, but it's okay. I'll just run him over. No problem. Not a problem anymore. The cops still don't know that we're here. And yeah, so at least at the moment, we want to take the train tracks all the way back to the Sandy Shores area. So let's do that. Because like I said earlier, just taking the train tracks, it's a much straighter shot than having to go through the windy roads and whatnot. So yeah, just take the train tracks back to Sandy Shores area. All right, so once you make it to this spot, jump off the tracks. And then from here, kind of want to drive in roughly this direction. We're just trying to lose the cops. There's cops where I really want to drive. So to pivot, I'll just drive over here. And there we go. We just already lost the cops. That's huge. Okay, so at this point, we're just going to drive all the way back to Vincent's lockup, which is only like less than 2 miles now. So let's just drive back there. So we've made it back to Vincent's lockup and we have this little cutscene right here that we have to sit through. So there we go. Mission passed. No elite challenge that we could potentially get right there, but we made $500,000, which is pretty nice. We loaded back in. Let's wait a little bit because we also got another $250,000. And it's pretty much for the same reason as the No Way Out missions. We got an extra $250,000 for completing the Cluckabell farm raid as a leader for the first time. So for completing the Cluckabell farm raid for the first time, we made $750,000. So now we're sitting on $1,594,000. Okay, now this is going to be a little bit interesting. I did not realize the weekly challenge for the week that I'm playing this is to complete the Cluckabell farm raid finale as a leader. So I got an extra $300,000, but that's not really going to affect too much. Even though we're now at $1,894,000, I still need to make a little bit more money. So I'm going to treat this like I didn't just make that $300,000 out of nowhere for completing a weekly challenge. And we're going to do another set of No Way Out missions. So we can do it again. You can see the A on the map. So we'll just go ahead and complete another No Way Out missions. And hopefully we'll make $625,000. But this time around, I'm not going to commentate. I'm just going to do this quietly. Then once I complete it, I'm going to come back and we'll see how much money that we have and how much money we actually made. So we just completed another set of No Way Out missions. So there we go, mission passed. Did I complete the elite challenge this time? Okay, well under 10 minutes, good. I'm still a little hesitant about the headshots, but we'll just have to see for ourselves. 38, okay, we're good, let's go. Okay, we got the elite challenge, so we got an extra $100,000, so this time around we made $625,000. So after that, we're now sitting on $2,531,000, but keep in mind, we got an extra $300,000 for completing the weekly challenge, which on a normal week, that wouldn't be the case. So realistically, we should only have $2,231,000, but regardless, that should still be enough for us to go ahead and purchase the Kasatka for $2,200,000. But in order to purchase the Kasatka, I have to meet with Miguel Madrazo at the music locker. So let's go ahead and let's start that up. So in order to start this up, we are going to have to travel all the way over first to this H with a little palm tree in the top right hand corner. So let's head over there. Oh yeah, by the way, so like I said, I should have $2,231,000 with my current situation, but that's with me getting the elite challenge only one time out of the 2 No Way Out missions. So realistically, I should have, if I would have completed everything, I would have 100,000 more than that. But let's just say I didn't get the elite challenge that last time around, I would be sitting at $2,131,000. So if that's the case for you, if you're still under, I mean, the elite challenge is hard. So if you're still under $2,200,000 at that point, then you can do a junk energy time trial. Actually, I'll show you what that looks like real quick. It's gonna be this icon on the map. All you gotta do is you just gotta complete a par time. You can see you have to complete this course in under the par time. You can see the par time in the top left hand corner at 1 minute and 55 seconds. So this will give you an easy $50,000 for literally less than 2 minutes of work. You can do that one time a day, and then also at your bunker. You know what? I'll actually, hold on, I'll spawn in at my bunker and I can show you a quick way to make another $50,000. So yeah, I'm just showing you all this just so you don't have to go out there and have to do another Cluck and Bell farm raid or anything like that. You can literally just go ahead and do these quick things that'll take like 2 minutes. But anyways, at the bunker, you can go up to this and you can press right on the D-pad to deliver excess weapon parts to ammunition. Literally all you have to do is just drive. You have to drive this to a store and that's it. You'll get $50,000. I'm not gonna do that. You know what, screw it. No, actually, I will do it right now. I'll do this quickly right now, get a quick $50,000 just to show you just how to do it. A very quick way to make money. So our ammunition that we have to go to is like 2 miles away, not terrible. And you can do this that I'm showing you right now every 48 minutes. So you can do this multiple times a day if you need to. But I'm just showing you this just in case if you're still under the $2,200,000 at your current point. Do this and do the junk energy time trial. You should at that point doing both of those be over $2,200,000. But if not, then at that point, you can do another Cluck and Bell farm raid. But during this mission, there'll be enemies coming after you like that. You can clearly see, oh, geez, I went flying. This mission can be a little bit annoying with the enemies that come after you. Like, they can be incredibly annoying. They eat some snacks. And there we go. I swear, man, it's like a hit or miss on the enemies that come after you. Like, you literally saw it right there too. I was eating snacks aggressively as I was driving and I still died. Like, that's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But even despite that little hiccup, it's still going to be very, very quick to do. So all you have to do is just get back in the dune loader, just keep driving. Okay, so we've made it over to the ammunition. So you get this small little cutscene, and then when you load back out, you get $50,000. So like I said, a very quick and easy way to make money just in case if you need it. All right, so like I said, now we're gonna go to the H with the palm tree in the top right hand corner, and luckily the ammunition that it sent us to wasn't too far away and kind of on the way to this location, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so we've made it to this location. It's the green dot that we have to go to. Press right on the D-pad, then Miguel Madrazo is going to message us, and essentially he wants us to make our way over to the music locker, which is this place right here. So we need to keep traveling another 2 miles to make it over to that location. So we've made it over here. It's actually the Diamond Casino, but it's off to the side of the Diamond Casino. So we're gonna run over here and we can enter the music locker. So if we're here, we're gonna have to pay a $150 fee, but I mean, we have that. Like, bro, we're talking about $2,200,000. I have 150 just like that. But anyways, we need to go down here and we need to go to the VIP area, and then we have to sit through a cutscene. But I'll sum this up for you real quick. Essentially, this guy's His name is Miguel Madrazo. He wants us to go off to some Caribbean island and go steal a bunch of files that his family has that was taken from him. So that's what this whole thing is about. I just saved you around 5 minutes in a span of like 10 to 20 seconds. You're welcome. But anyways, yes, you're gonna have to sit through a cutscene right now. All right, finally, we're done with that cutscene. So now we can go over to the internet. We can go to war.cash and carry. And now you can see the Kasatka is unlocked for us to purchase. So let's go ahead and purchase it. Now, literally, we are not going to put a single upgrade on this thing. At some point, we are going to get a Sparrow, but right now we are not getting a Sparrow. Everything else is very pointless. So $2,200,000. And there we go. We have ourselves the Kasatka. So that unlocks the best way we can make money, which is the Cayo Perico heist. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to set up the Cayo Perico heist initially and show you exactly how I like to do it. So now that we're outside of the casino, I'm going to call in my Kasatka at some point, but not right now. Because if I call in my Kasatka right now, it would go over to this. Oh, it's actually already in. Well, I'm going to go over to this beach. You know what? No, I'm going to go to this location. And then when I get close, I'm going to call in my Kasatka because it's so much easier to access it over here as opposed to going around the mountains and there barely being any beaches and then really not being any boats over here. So yeah, I'm going to head over to the other beach and then call it in. So we're pretty close to the heliport that I want to go to. So we're going to call in our Kasatka. So go to the interaction menu, go to service vehicles, and you can see there's an option for Kasatka. We can click on that. Then we can click to request our Kasatka. So now our Kasatka is off the shore of the beaches over here. And it was kind of pointless for me to go over here because there's no helicopters over here. That's wonderful. I literally came here just for a helicopter. That's so good. Instead, what I will do is I will request a dinghy. So once again, go to Kasatka. You can request a dinghy right here. And yep, a dinghy just spawned in. Luckily, I can count on a dinghy spawning in instead of a freaking helicopter. Yeah, if you didn't know, if you're a level, what is it, 11 or under, helicopters don't spawn in for you. But I'm a level 17 on the cusp of being a level 18. So a helicopter should have spawned in for me, but it is what it is. It's fine. So we're getting close to our Kasatka and you can see it emerge from the water. That is our Kasatka. So now we want to board it by entering right here. And then once we enter in, we're going to have to sit through another cutscene. And I'm telling you, you're probably going to have to sit through like 15 minutes worth of cutscenes between like the next 3 that we're about to jump into. But yeah, this one essentially is introducing us to the Kasatka itself. And pretty much this guy named Pavel, he's telling us, hey, we can start up the Cayo Perico heist with this screen right here. But I ordered dinner, so I'm literally just gonna eat dinner while I sit through the cutscenes that we're about to run into right now. So we're finished with the cutscene, and yep, this is our Kasatka. Now we can go up to this board right here in the middle, and we can pretty much start up the Cayo Perico heist. Now the game is being annoying right now. They're pretty much giving us a description of saying that we can sneak in with Dave and Kinza music, but behind that block of text, okay, there you go, it says gather intel. So we're about to start up the gather intel mission. So let's start that up, and we need to meet Dave and Kinza music at the LSIA private terminal. Another reason why we're over here also at this beach is because it's pretty close to LSIA. You can literally see the control towers of LSIA right in the distance. So we're just gonna take our boat. We are gonna beach this boat and we're gonna call in our Kuruma and we're just gonna drive over to the private terminal. So yeah, Pavel just said it to me right now. Pavel, like I said, is the guy that's kind of manning the Cayo Perico heist with us, but he just said that the first time we do the Cayo Perico heist, it's going to be 100% free to start up, but every time after this, it's going to cost a little bit of money. And well, for us, it's going to cost us $100,000. So yeah, it's pretty nice right now. First time that we do this, that it's going to be free. But the private terminal is going to be this terminal that I'm heading to right now. So all we got to do is just drive on in and yep, engage the long cutscene. Essentially what we're doing right now is we're flying over to the island of Cayo Perico for like a music party, essentially with Kinza music and this guy named Dave. So pretty much what's going on. So we just finished with that cutscene. We are on the island of Cayo Perico. So what we need to do now is get into this vehicle, and we need to take El Rubio, who's the guy in green, to my right, and we need to take Dave over to the beach party. So we've made it over to the beach party, and we have to sit through yet another cutscene. So this is pretty much just painting out El Rubio as a bad guy, pretty much. Okay, so we just loaded back in, so we can just hang around the party. And yeah, right now we're not tasked to do anything. I would really like to run, but I'm kind of holding, I'm gonna out myself. I'm holding a cookie in my right hand, so I kind of have to run with my left hand while also aim. But I want to run right here, essentially. And I want to run right here because we need to sneak around that guard in front of me at some point. But he's gonna move eventually, but it's gonna be a little bit. So I just gotta wait for a little bit. So the guard just moved out the way. So yeah, let's exit through the south gate. All right, so we just made it outside. So now we are just out and about on the main island of Cayo Perico. We're not just honed in and snuggled into the beach party. So I haven't told us to do anything yet, but you're gonna have to run right through here. Kind of make your way this way. And I'd say for the first time doing the Cayo Perico heist, when you're doing this first gather intel mission, I would say just run the entire way. There's plenty of vehicles that you can pick up along the way, but you want to stay off the paths as much as possible because there's a ton of security cameras. There's a ton of guards that are kind of guarding these security paths. So I just say run, just be in total control. You can see me right now. I'm running and I'm paying attention to the minimap, making sure I don't run into a cone of vision that of a camera or like a guard walking or a guard that's driving by. But essentially what we need to do is we need to sneak to the entrance of El Rubio's compound. El Rubio's compound is going to be right over here. All right, so we pretty much have made it to the compound. You can see it right there. So yeah, he's going to talk about it right now, but you don't need to stay here. So what we need to do now is, I don't know if you saw the way I was running before, you probably saw a big tower, like a big cell tower looking thing. We need to actually go over to that cell tower. Yeah, I mean, you can see it right there. We need to run over there. Pavel hasn't told us yet that that's where we need to go because he's being a little slow, but that's exactly where we're going to have to go. See, and there he's like, oh yeah, look, you have to go to this cell tower, and the camera forces you to look that way. I don't know where I'm running into. I just ran into a tree. I'm climbing over a tree. Like, no, I don't need to do that. I already know where I'm going. And you do too now, because I'm telling you what you're doing. So we've made it over to this communications tower, and we need to start climbing up it. Okay, so we've made it up here. For the other Cayo Perico heist, it could potentially be even higher than this, but for the first time, it's always going to be at this location. So we need to go here, and it's the Vault Lab hack. Now, we had this hack earlier. This is the algebra one, all right? I'm hoping you guys know your algebra. Okay, so one of these twos needs to be a 10. Needs to be times 10, so now we have a 20, and then the 5 times 2 is 10, so that puts us at 30, and then we have 2 remaining, and look at that, 2 times 1 is 2, which gives us 32. Look at that, straight algebra. So there we go. So now we have to pull up our phone. We need to go to the Sightseer app, and we have to watch this small little cutscene. One of the previous cutscenes, this guy gave El Rubio some bad news. He was not happy about it. So we'll get to see the end of this, but essentially El Rubio is just going to throw him into the Panther cage, and the Panther is going to do what the Panther wants with this guy. So yeah, just painting out this guy. The game is trying to paint out El Rubio as a very, very bad guy, which, I mean, I don't really care if he's a bad guy. I mean, he has things that we need to steal and we can get money from. So, you know, that's all I really care about, but I guess there's a morality behind it now. But anyways, we need to search the camera feeds for the Madrazo files now. So we need to go over to the basement camera. And here we go. We're at the basement camera. We need to pan the camera all the way to the left. So keep panning over. And there's a guy right there. And look at that. The Madrazo files are in there. And you probably don't even know what it is. It's this stupid little tube that's in there. That silver tube that you see. That's it. Okay. So we need to go also to the office cam 1. So that's an access point right there that the game is pointing at to get to the basement. But I also want to keep an eye out for any paintings in this room. Just pan over. Nope, no paintings in here. Okay, I don't care about anything else. All right, so now at this point, what I want you to do is just jump and fall. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted you to do. It is exactly what I wanted you to do. Because the next place we have to go to is the North Dock. Now, from a map perspective, we just died right here. We just spawned in right here. We've made it like 80 to 90% of the way there. just by falling. You're welcome. I just saved you a lot of time right there. But anyways, let's head on over to the north dock. And there's gonna be a lot of guards here. There's gonna be a lot of cameras here, so be careful. Keep your eyes peeled on anything or anyone trying to look your way. Try to stay out of people's way. But anyways, we have made it to the north dock. First things first, we have to stand here, and we're gonna have to take a photo of the dock itself. So there we go. So the next thing that we need to photograph is gonna be in here, which is going to be the secondary targets, which in this case is going to be grass. Now, this is not the secondary target. This is not the secondary loot that we're going to get during the finale. I do not like going to the north dock when it comes to this heist, but the game is saying like, hey, look, you can come here to get some secondary loot. No, I don't want to get that one. No, but I'll explain that a little bit later. Anyways, we need to take a photo of bolt cutters. There's bolt cutters. There's a guard walking my way, so I'm gonna run around here. But essentially, the bolt cutters are there to get inside of the place where the secondary loot is at. It was behind like a little gate. But yeah, I don't really care about that, to be honest, because the way we're gonna set this thing up, we don't even need bolt cutters. Now, there's a guard kind of in my way at the moment. I need the, there we go. The guard just turned around. So now it's telling us we don't need to do anything. We can continue scoping the island or return to Los Santos. We're gonna have to scope a few more things. It's just gonna have to happen. So come over here, get into this dinghy, and we're gonna have to make our way over to the other side of the island because we scoped out the north dock as an infiltration point. I don't want this to be my infiltration point at all. So we're gonna head over to the main dock, and the main dock is pretty much going to be right here. We need to go to this spot on the map. So I gotta make my way all the way around up to that point. So let's head over there. So we've made it to the main dock. So we want to get somewhat close. I think right here is good enough. Let's pull out our camera. All we gotta do is just take a photo. Okay, that wasn't good enough. How about let's try that again? Okay, there we go. Good. Infiltration point. The main dock has been scoped out. That is good. Now, we need a compound entry point, a better compound entry point. So we're gonna head this way, and I want to boat somewhere like right in here. Just keep traveling with the boat even further south on the island. So here we go. This is the compound, but we just want to boat somewhere like right in here. And there we go. We just drive over a compound entry point, the drainage tunnel, and that's all we got to do. We don't have to get in the water. I mean, it's in the water, the drainage tunnel. We don't have to get in the water and look at it or anything like that. All we have to do is just drive over it, and that's it. So now we need to head over here to the airstrip. So we've made it to the airstrip. You can just beach your boat. We don't need our boat anymore. So what we're going to do now is we're going to enter this hangar because there's going to be some secondary loot in here. This is the location I'd much rather go to for secondary loot. So far we see two things at cash. One thing at cash is a quarter of your loot bag. There's grass. If you have grass, that'll take up, what is it, like 30%, I think it is. And then if there's white stuff, or I call it cola, if you understand, if you can read in between the lines, that's going to take up 50% of your bag. So just keep that in mind also. So I found 3 things at cash. I still need to find more. So luckily, there's another location that's right over here. So yeah, Pavel's telling us that we need to do one more thing, but I'm going to scope out the secondary loot that's hopefully over here. And okay, yeah, there's plenty over here. All right, there's a thing of grass right there. And then there's another bundle of cash. There we go. But now Pavel wants us to take a photo of the control tower. So we're going to have to go back over to the control tower and just take a photo of it. Let's take a photo of that thing. There we go. And now we need to head back this way, and our pilot is right over here. So we can press right on the D-pad to return to Los Santos. And what would you know? Another small cutscene. It's kind of like medium-sized cutscene. So there we go. After all that was a long mission, but the gather intel mission has been completed. We need to go back to the Kasatka so we can continue with the Cayo Perico Heist. So let's head back over to the Kasatka. So we're back at our Kasatka. So let's go back to the planning screen. So we just finished the gather intel mission. You can see in the top right-hand corner, we are trying to steal the Madrazo files for $1,100,000. Plus, we scoped out a few secondary targets, which in total, that would be $718,000, but we're not getting all of that. There's no way we can get all that. So on this screen right here, it has the gather intel mission. Technically, we could launch that again if we really wanted to, but no. We have everything scoped out that we needed, so we don't need to go back. But anyways, now we're on this screen, and these are going to be the rest of the setups that we have to do for the Cayo Perico heist. Now, Now, I'm not going to show every single setup. Actually, I'm not even going to show any more setups at this point, but I'm going to explain to you which setups I am going to want you to do. So, the approach vehicle. What approach vehicle are we going to use to get to the island of Cayo Perico? Right now, we have 5 options, and there's an option locked. The best vehicle to use doing this heist solo is going to be the Longfin, this boat right here. So, we're going to do this mission to get the Longfin. And then after we do that, then we'll go over to the equipment tab. And there's 4 different options right here. There's 4 different options, but we're only doing 3 of these options. We are going to do the safe code setup. We're going to do the fingerprint cloner setup, and we're going to do the cutting torch setup. We're going to do all of these except for demolition charges. We don't need to do demolition charges. It's okay. And then after we do that, we need to select a weapon loadout. This is honestly up to you what weapon loadout you want to get. My favorite is the first one right here, the aggressor, but a lot of people also like the conspirator. But yeah, I would say get one of these 2. These are probably the 2 best ones. I just like the aggressor better just because you get the assault shotgun. But yeah, pretty much these setups are fairly simple. Like the approach vehicle, we just have to go out and steal a Longfin and just bring it back to a location, and then we're good. A lot of these missions that are pretty self-explanatory, unlike the ones that we had to do earlier. And plus, at this point, you should have played the game enough by now to at least be comfortable with a lot of these missions. So I think you can handle it from here. But like I said, just do those setups that I just told you to do. And then once I have that complete, I'll show you how to do the finale, which that'll be a little bit more complicated. So yeah, let me do these setups and I'll see you when we're ready to go for the finale.
You found a truck. In Russia, we say that it is easy to steal the fridge, but hard. As we say in Russia, break the egg. Oh. You have my sense, yes? Man down! No! Waiting for you inside. Well, that sounds like the key has passed. Now, we can.
You uncreative piece of shit!
Are you?
So I just completed all the setups that I just told you to do, and once you do that, you'll see this screen right here. It says mandatory preps complete. So now we're ready to go with the finale. All right, so we're on the final screen right here. There's an option on the far right that says start. All you gotta do is click that, and we're starting up the Cayo Perico heist. All right, now we're on this screen, and I'm gonna show you exactly how we are setting this thing up. So the approach vehicle, we went out and got the Longfin, so that is going to be our approach vehicle for the finale. Infiltration point. During the gather intel mission, we went out of our way to take a photo of the main dock. The main dock is going to be our infiltration point. The compound entry point, same thing. During the gather intel mission, we went around and we got this. We went over by the compound to take a look at the drainage tunnel. This will be our compound entry point. Our escape point, the escape point is just doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you the best way to escape out of Cayo Perico. Essentially just swimming away, but whatever you pick here doesn't really matter. So I'm just picking airstrip, but that doesn't matter. Time of day, I want to do this during the daytime so I can see what I'm doing, so it can look pretty good, so I can show exactly what I'm doing too. But you can do it at night. In fact, some of the guards won't be able to see as well at nighttime, but I'll do it in the day. It's fine. These are the selections I want to make for the Cayo Perico heist. So let's continue. Let's ready up. We have this little cutscene, but luckily I can skip it. If you want to watch it, you can. But here we go, the Cayo Perico heist. Now, all the way up until this point, we haven't been able to make over $1 million doing like one set of missions or anything like that, but that's going to change right here. But first we got to get there. So it's telling us to go to El Rubio's compound. We're not going to do that first. We're actually going to take a left right here, and we're going to go around these 2 islands, and we're gonna go towards the airstrip. And we're gonna go towards the airstrip because I want to collect secondary loot before we actually go collect the primary target, just because it's gonna be a lot easier to collect the secondary loot now than later. But anyways, we're gonna park the boat right here. Want to make sure we don't beach it, but at the same time we want to park it close enough. Now we need to run through the woods right here, and there's gonna be a guard. There's gonna be a guard that we want to take out. So pull out your machine pistol, pop, there we go. And then we want to run back this way, and there's going to be another guard over to our right. We have to wait for him to walk this way a little bit, so just give it a second and then take him out, like right there. And then there's a guard over here I want to take out, but he's looking at us. You can see on the mini map he's looking in our direction, but he just turned around. So as soon as he stops, we will shoot him. And then there's a camera right here. I want to shoot the camera. Okay, now we can start collecting the secondary loot. So there's a bundle of grass and there's a bundle of cash. This will fill up over half of our bag, but we're still going to need to collect a little bit more secondary loot. So we collected both of those bundles right there. So let's go back this way, and we want to go back to that hangar. We want to go over to this hangar where we killed that first guard. So then in this hangar, there's only 3 bundles of cash. Let's just say there's nothing on this bottom level right here. Now I'm going to show you right now the best way to get the loot on top. So I'm in this forklift that's just sitting around in here, and we're going to pick up this pallet. We're going to pick up this pallet of boxes, and we're just going to drive this forklift over here, something like this. And then we want to get out. We want to climb on top of the forklift. Then we want to climb on top of the game. I don't know what the hell that was. Game. All right, I gotta restart. All right, that doesn't happen. I'm sorry. That just doesn't happen. That's ridiculous. I'm fully restarting because at that point we are not getting the elite challenge because we died. Okay, that's ridiculous. That is just a straight up glitch. I didn't do anything wrong right there. Whatever, it's fine. I mean, I was doing I was going out of my way just to show y'all that little tip right there, but whatever, man. That's just ridiculous. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna restart and we're gonna get back to that point. Okay, we're back to this point. I'm gonna show you once again. Hopefully I don't just fling off and die. So we're in the forklift once again. We will pick up the box. We will pick up the box. We'll raise it as high as we can with the forklift. We'll put it right here. Then we're gonna get out. We're gonna get on top of the forklift. Then we're gonna get on top of the box and not die. Good. Then we're gonna get over here. And now we can get this secondary loot that's up here. Even though I didn't really have to do this because I had 2 bundles of cash below me. I'm just doing this so I can show y'all how to get up here, because it could be pretty crucial if you don't really have any secondary loot or not enough secondary loot below you. But anyways, let's get the rest of the secondary loot and let's move on. But yeah, the reason I restarted the Cayo Perico heist after that is because I was ineligible for the elite challenge. Once I die once, even though I have 2 lives, I was ineligible for the elite challenge, and I want to get the elite challenge. I want to show y'all that what I'm doing right here is actually good. It'll be well enough for us to get the elite challenge. But anyways, we got all secondary loot that we can get. Now it's time to go to El Rubio's compound. So we need to run back over here to our boat, and we'll drive to the outside of El Rubio's compound. Okay, so we've made it outside the compound. Let's jump out of the boat. We need to swim below and press left on the D-pad too to equip your rebreathers. But anyways, we made it down here. We want to go right this little hole, and this is the grate. Now we'll pull out our cutting torch and we'll cut through the grate. So there we go. After we do this, we'll just swim to the end of the tunnel. And then once you make it to the end of the tunnel, you press right on the D-pad to confirm that this is going to be your infiltration point. After this, you spawn up here inside the compound. And now we're going to do things very quickly from here. So we're going to run up these stairs. We're going to hang a left right under this awning, run right through here. And we want to take a left. We're also keeping an eye out on the minimap too. Make sure we don't run into any cones of vision. But we're doing good right now. This guard that's at the top of these stairs, just turn around. He's walking right there. Just gonna run right past him. There's a guard right here. Smack him upside the head. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. There's a guard right here. Smack him upside the head. Okay, we didn't get gate keys. If we got gate keys, I would have done something slightly different, but we didn't get it. And I really don't want to kill any more guards just to be safe. So I'm gonna show you the easiest way that I can do it at this point. And at this point, we're gonna have to just hack the keypad right up here, which is a little bit more annoying than having the gate keys because we're gonna have to match 3 different fingerprints instead of 1, but it is what it is. So yeah, just try to match the fingerprint. Like that's the top of the fingerprint, you go down 1, top of the fingerprint, go down 2 more, top of the fingerprint, go down 3, and then boom, that's a fingerprint. So just keep doing that pretty much. So we just completed that hack. Let's make our way into the elevator. And now it's time for us to steal the Madrazo files. We have to cut through this fence, and then we have to remember the safe code 952650. So let's put that in here. 95 26 then 50. So that is the code. The safe is opening up and we are stealing the Madrazo files. Very good. Now it's time for us to escape the compound. So let's go back the way we came in. Oh, I forgot to say this. There's a secret safe right here. I mean, I was doing it, but I was talking about other things. There's a secret safe right here. You just want to go up, press right in the D-pad, and this thing opens up, and then you can get some extra cash. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier, but anyways. Okay, I kind of screwed up my timing trying to show that thing. I'm kind of hiding at the moment, trying to make sure no one sees me. Okay, I think we're good. No one saw us, so you want to make sure you avoid everyone. I did not do a great job. That was probably one of the closest calls I've ever had. I completely screwed up the timing, but that's on me, but I still made it out. Yeah, another thing for the elite challenge too is you want to be stealthy, or you want to be undetected within the compound. If you get detected outside the compound, that's not a big deal. It's just within the compound. But anyways, once we make it out of the compound, we're going to take out that guy, and we're going to steal his bike. Once we steal his bike, all we got to do is just drive this bike right over here, jump this, and then there's like a peninsula straight ahead. We're just going to jump off of this peninsula with the bike. So jump off, land in the water. Good stuff. Press left on the D-pad here to equip a rebreather, and then it's time for us just to swim away. So just swim away as far as possible, and then eventually it'll consider us escaping Cayo Perico. So there you go. The text at the bottom of the screen saying escape from Cayo Perico has disappeared. That's a good sign. And there we go. Once we fade out, that's good. That means we have completed the Cayo Perico heist. And then we have a finale cutscene that we have to sit through. So there we go. Heist passed. So let's see. We had an actual take of $1,494,000. Obviously, it was only us, so we get 100% of that. Elite challenge, I completed in under 15 minutes. 0 hacks failed. Full loot bags. That's secondary loot. So we get an extra $50,000. And if you do this on hard mode, which that means if you start it up as soon as possible, which is going to be, what, like 144 minutes from now, technically, then you would get $100,000 from the Elite Challenge. But extra $50,000, good stuff. But as far as us making money from the Cayo Perico heist, we're not technically done quite yet because we have a lot of first-time bonuses that we haven't been awarded with yet. So there we go. We just got a lot of money off of first-time bonuses. Oh yeah, so as I'm recording this, it's a different day from when I started to record this, and since we completed a Cluckabell farm raid, I got an extra $500,000 in my bank account. So like, I'm sitting on a lot more money than I really should. Like with the weekly challenge, I got an extra $300,000, and then doing the Cluckabell farm raid like this week also, I got an extra $500,000. So like in total, I made $800,000 that I shouldn't have made on a normal week for doing the Cluckabell farm raid. So my total amount of money is not where it should be at. I just want to say it's more than, but anyways, the first time bonuses that we got for the Cayo Perico heist. Let's see. We completed the Cayo Perico heist for the first time to earn $200,000. We completed it as a solo player to earn an extra $100,000. We completed the Cayo Perico heist without ever alerting a guard, and then we earned an extra $200,000 right there. So far we have made $500,000 in first time bonuses. But then we also completed the Elite Challenge for another $200,000. So in total, with first time bonuses, we made an extra $700,000. So I'll walk you through it. So from the payout, the total payout that we got for the first time was $1,550,000. But then we got an extra $700,000 in first time bonuses. So technically we made $2,250,000. So even though I'm sitting on $3,108,000, let's just go off of that number, $2,250,000. That's plenty of money for our next purchase. And our next purchase is going to be under Dynasty 8 Executive. We want to enter site. It's going to be this right here. It's going to be the agency. Now there's 4 different locations for agencies. You have the Little Seoul location, you have Vespucci Canals, Rockford Hills, and then you have Hawick. Little Seoul is, I don't know why anyone wouldn't get the Little Seoul location, to be honest. It's the cheapest. They're all great locations. So let's get this location. And I would recommend you also getting the accommodation. If you get the accommodation, that's going to put it at $2,285,000. So maybe right off the bat, technically, if we made $2,250,000 off of the Cayo Perigo heist, maybe you would be just short. But you could also go back, sell excess weapon parts from your bunker to get an extra $50,000 so you can get up to that point. Or you could also do a junk energy time trial like I discussed earlier. And anyways, you should have enough barely. If not, you can do one of those things to get up to this amount of money. But yeah, we'll go ahead and purchase that. So there we go. We have ourselves a new business with the agency, and this is going to be another great way to make money. It's going to be located here. Let's go visit it. So we've made it over to our agency. We get a little cutscene kind of introducing us to the agency. I'll sum it up real quick. Essentially, this is a business we're going to be running alongside of Franklin. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we're getting into. And the fact that we can access some ways to make money off of a computer screen. But it is what it is. So we just wrapped up the cutscene. Now let's go over to this computer. This is going to be the main computer where we can access everything with the agency. All right, so there's two options on this computer: security contracts and VIP contracts. The VIP contract is going to be this is the reason why we are here. This is the reason why I wanted to purchase the agency. This is going to make us the most money, but we don't have it unlocked right now. In order to unlock it, we need to do a security contract. Now, with the security contracts, there's 3 different options. There's supposed to be different levels: professional, specialist, and specialist plus. All I have is professional, but you can see the total payment in the bottom right-hand corner. Just take the one. Oh, geez, I do not want to do asset protection. Never mind. Don't do asset protection if you get it. That is horrible. It's a long mission. So I'll just do rescue operation for $37,000. So I'm not going to show me doing this mission just because it could be any mission that you want to do. I mean, there's so many different types of security contract missions that you can do. So I'm doing rescue operation right now. I'm going to do this quietly, and then after this, I'll show you what to do next. So just complete this mission, and when you're done with it, I'll tell you what to do next. Oh, actually, before you jump into this will actually save you a little bit of time. Walk down these stairs. Oh yeah, one thing, there's actually snacks in here, so you don't have to go to Simeon's anymore. I mean, you could have also gotten it at your Kasatka, but the Kasatka location is kind of out the way. But agency, it's literally right here, and there's another spot at the top on the 3rd floor. But anyways, go up to this guy, press right to access agency services, and you can exit via a helicopter. Just select the first option, the agency Super Velito, and you can fly around in a helicopter, save you a little bit of time. So anyways, yeah, just complete the security contract, and I'll tell you what to do next. So we just completed the security contract. We made a little bit of money, $37,000, but I mean, we're not here for the money from security contract, even though it's nice. So a little bit after we just completed the security contract, we just got a call from Franklin, and he's telling us to go to this location right here. This location will appear on the map right outside the country club. So let's head back into the helicopter and let's make our way over to that location. So we've made it over to the country club. Let's make our way over to this yellow dot. Press right on the D-pad to enter the clubhouse, and this will take us into a mission. So we want to start this mission up, and this is pretty much starting up the VIP contract that I was talking about earlier. But once again, we have to sit through another cutscene. But essentially, to sum this thing up, we are going to try to find Dr. Dre's lost and stolen phone, but immediately during this mission, there's some people pissing him off, and we should have to go chase down the people pissing him off. So we just hopped onto a golf cart, and now we have to go chase down these 2 people that pissed off Dr. Dre. So we need to take out one of these guys. We need to take out, Actually, they're telling us to take out both of them guys, but we only need to take out one. We only need to take out Golfer A. Now, Golfer A already put me in skates. Essentially, all we got to do is just run into him. That's all we can do at the moment. And we just have to run into him pretty hard, but easier said than done. Especially when they drive like they don't know what the hell they're doing. So just keep hitting Golfer A. Like, I have him lined up right here. Ooh, that was a good shot. Okay, good. There's another good shot right there. All right, there we go. We just injured Golfer A enough. So now it's saying tail the golfer, but he's literally going to the Del Perro Pier. So I'm just going to drive straight to the Del Perro Pier. So here he comes. Here he comes in his golf cart, and he's absolutely flying with his golf cart. He's going to run over. It's kind of funny. He's going to run over here, and then he's Dude, this is such a weird flop. But anyways, he's gonna get on the ground, and we're gonna have to just smack him with this golf club, and that's pretty much that's pretty much all we're doing for the rest of this mission, just hitting him with a golf club. And just like that, mission passed. We make $12,000. But for these missions right here, this is technically what we're doing now. It's called the contract. For a lot of these missions with the contract, we're getting a first time bonus after we complete it. So we load back in, and you will see pretty shortly that we're gonna get a first time bonus. See in the top right hand corner, we got an extra $50,000. That is a first time bonus for completing that mission. But anyways, let's get back into our Kuruma. We need to go back to our agency to continue this VIP contract for Dr. Dre. All right, I just realized Franklin is gonna have to call you after that mission before you can start up the next one. So, and you have to be outside the agency too, which is very, very annoying. A lot of these missions, the first time you do it with the contract, you're gonna have to be outside the agency. There we go. He just called me, so we can head back in and then start up that next mission. Well, actually, it's another cutscene, so we have to sit through this. All right, so we just finished the cutscene, so now we can go back downstairs and we can go over to this computer and hopefully we can get started up with the next mission. So now we can select VIP contract. So now we click that and we can do this mission right here, set up data recovery. So let's go ahead, start this thing up. So for this mission, we are already starting out in our helicopter and we need to fly over to the FIB building. So this is the FIB building. We need to land somewhere up here. We need to cut through the glass so we can make our way into that floor. So this should be the communications room. Yeah, this is the communications room. So what we have to do is we have to throw a sticky bomb on it and we have to blow it up. So now we have to head over to a terminal. We have to install some software for Amani. So as we wait for the software to install, there's going to be guards that are going to be running up here. We're just going to have to shoot them down as they make their way up here. So the software just installed. One more guy right here. Okay, so now we need to steal one of the hard drives too. So let's get back in here, steal the hard drive, and now we have to exit the FIB building and go back up to the roof. So we'll be put right here. We have to lose the cops, but I want to make it back to our helicopter. And there's actually some helicopters shooting at us right now, like that stupid clown. Let's not die. Yeah, you know what? I have a homing missile. Okay, we can't use a homing missile right now or it won't lock on for whatever reason. All right, so yeah, just make sure you don't die. Anyways, gotta climb up this ladder and then we'll go over to our helicopter. And then all we gotta do is we just have to lose the cops. So I'm just gonna try to fly away from everyone that's attacking me or trying to attack me. And hopefully we can lose the cops fairly easy. So we've made it back to our agency, deliver Franklin the hard drives, and there we go. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to wait for Franklin to call us again. I just want to confirm that. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for Franklin and Amani to contact us. So we're gonna have to get outside. We have to go back outside of the agency and wait for them to contact us. So we just got contacted. So no more cutscenes, at least right now. Then we have to sit through. So let's go back over to this computer. Let's go over to VIP contract. And now we have different options. So Amani's talking about this right now, but I'll explain this all to you. So there's 3 different locations of Dr. Dre's stolen music. And one is the Nightlife leak, one is the High Society leak, and one is the South Central leak. So each of these are like a mini heist. You have 2 setups and a finale that we have to do. Then after we do all of these, we have like a big grand finale. That's 2 missions. But yeah, we have to complete these 3 leaks first. I'm going to start out with the Nightlife leak, the top one. Now, there's going to be 2 setup missions that are in free mode, and then there's 1 finale mission. For these, I'm only going to show the finale mission. I think these first 2 missions are pretty self-explanatory. So I'll see you for the finale for the Nightlife leak.
Crikey!
So we're now in the Nightlife leak finale. We completed the 2 setups. So this is going to be the finale mission for the Nightlife leak. Now, the Nightlife leak, I would say, is probably the most straightforward out of the 3 leaks, but it's not the easiest one. So first things first, we have to head over to the Diamond Casino garage. So now we need to make our way over to the elevator. So we've made it up to the penthouse floor. Now we need to make our way over to the penthouse where the party is happening. So this is where the party is happening. We need to go to the back and we need to find the promoter, because the promoter is the one that has Dr. Dre's music. So right now, Dr. Dre's music is being played in the background. So this is the promoter right here. We need to click to grab the music. He's gonna slap us upside the head with a glass bottle. Then he's gonna run away like a coward. Now, obviously, we're gonna try to chase after him, but he locked the door behind us, and then he has his own private militia. So essentially, what we have to do is just take out these people. We have to take out all of his guards that are trying to take us out. So apparently we're chasing the promoter. He is almost out the door where we walked in. But anyways, we just have to take people out slowly and just move forward. Just eat snacks along the way. So he just went out of this door, so we also have to go out this door. And then we need to run this way, and we just have to take out more people. It's literally just a big gunfight. Then we're right in front of the elevators. There's going to be more guards that we have to take out. We have to use the keypad to call the elevator. Then he's going to make his way all the way down to the music locker. And now we're down here at the music locker. We have more people to take out, like that guy right here. I mean, there's a bunch of people. And there's not a good spot to really take cover and take out people. So I would say just be careful and just take out as many people as you can. There's weird lighting, too, down here, so you can't really see who you're taking out. I just shot that guy's legs. There's a guy right here on the other side of the bar. Well, there's 2 people, actually, over on the other side of the bar. But the most lethal guy, there's a guy right there. That guy right there, he's holding a shotgun and he's very close range to you, even though he's a floor below. He can easily take you out. Now, there's a guy right there, easily take him out. There's a guy right there too. We need to go all the way down to the VIP area. There's one more guy right here. And then here is the guy, the promoter that stole Dr. Dre's music. So take the backpack with the music, and you can eat it. You can eat a bullet too while he's at it. Now all we got to do is just leave the music locker. So we have to run back up here. We'll go out this elevator, and this will take us to the garage. For this mission, we came in with our Kuruma, but our Kuruma spawns in outside. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal for this mission. There's not too much pursuit after us once we make our way outside. So I'll just steal one of these vehicles, and we'll just escape with this vehicle. So now we are outside. There's one truck right there. All you got to do is just go around it. Not a big deal. And then all you got to do now is just deliver the backpack over to the agency, and that is pretty much it. And just like that, we've made it back to the agency, and there we go. Mission passed. We made $12,000 for completing the Nightlife leak finale. We will get a first-time bonus, so we'll get a little bit of money right here. So you can see in the top right-hand corner, we got an extra $100,000. So now we can go back to our agency, go back up to our computer, and we're gonna start up another leak. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're back at the agency now. We're gonna jump into our second leak, which will be the High Society leak. So let's start that up. Same thing as before, 2 setups and a finale. I'm going to do these setups on my own, and then once I've completed this, we'll jump into the finale.
We lost Trey.
Do what you gotta do to get some intel on that driver. Get his ID
And if we take his car too, we can use it to
start getting past the dude's security.
So we completed the 2 setups for the High Society leak, so let's jump into the finale. So here we go, the High Society leak. So we need to go over to a billionaire's mansion. Just in case if you don't know what's really going on here, essentially, one of the billionaires in downtown Los Santos, he somehow got his hands on Dr. Dre's stolen music, and he's gonna be playing it at his house party. So we need to invade the house party and try to get back the stolen music. So we punched in the codes. We are now inside of the premises of the mansion, so we're gonna have to drive our vehicle all the way down here. Now I'm trying to floor my vehicle. This is the vehicle that we're supposed to drive. I'm trying to floor it, or I was trying to floor it, but it wasn't letting me. I like to park it right here though. We have to search for the source of Dr. Dre's music. It's gonna be right over here. We're supposed to check behind the DJ booth, but now we should have to start taking out a bunch of guards. So smack that guy. There's 2 guards like right in here, and then I like to climb up here, and then there's a bunch of guards that spawn in. Essentially what we need to do, it hasn't told us yet, yet, though, is we need to intimidate the billionaire for him to escape, essentially. So in order to do that, we need to take out a bunch of his guards, which is what I'm doing right now. Take out a bunch of guards, blow up some things, which we'll do that in a second. But yeah, let me just keep taking out his guards one by one. Got to keep an eye out, too, on a helicopter that's supposed to be coming in. And, yeah, there's the helicopter. This helicopter can be very, very annoying. So wait for it to sit down for a second. Just take it out. I'm almost dead. Eat some snacks. Kill some more people. And then also that vehicle, it's equipped with a remote bomb. So we can go over to our contacts. We can click detonate bomb. And just like that, we're blowing up multiple cars because we parked that car right in here. So yeah, there's a ton of vehicles that are blowing up, all because we parked it right there. So yeah, just keep taking out people, keep blowing up cars. The intimidation bar in the bottom right-hand corner needs to be fully maxed out before we can move on. I'm also gonna throw a grenade right in here. There's some more cars. All right, so now the billionaire is trying to escape out of here. But hey, we do have a sniper rifle, and this is going to be huge for this part of the mission. So as soon as we load back in, we need to pull out our sniper rifle. We need to just aim up into the sky. We need to start shooting at this guy. Yeah, honestly, a better sniper, one that can zoom in a little further, would be nice. Honestly, not great at the moment. We destroyed like half of the helicopter's health. We needed to like take it down pretty much all the way down to as low as it can be. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get out of here. We'll call back our armored Kuruma and then we'll just chase after this guy. So now we're in our armored Kuruma. We just need to follow the helicopter. All right, so we just caught up with the helicopter. Let's park the car for a second. Pull out our sniper rifle. So as this helicopter slowly gets away from us, we just have to keep moving forward. Pull out our rifle. Gosh, it's getting annoying. So like I said, this is where like a good sniper rifle, like even the normal sniper rifle with like a good scope would be nice because we'd have much better range. So there we go. Okay, we destroyed the helicopter enough. So now it's gonna crash land pretty soon. All right, helicopter is crash landing right there. And we're not too far away from that location, so let's just head straight over there. So here is the crash site. Now for this part, just run over the guy. He's like not quite dead yet, so just run over him and yeah, that'll do the trick. Now we just need to deliver the phone to the agency. Now for this part, keep an eye out to your left. There might be a helicopter or some sort of aircraft. And yeah, okay, there is one for me. So here's a helicopter. So this will be a lot quicker to make it back to the agency. Just taking this Sea Sparrow, the helicopter right here. Sometimes it doesn't spawn in for me. It's either a Sea Sparrow or I forgot the name of the other aircraft, but there could be another aircraft that can spawn in there. Just keep your eye peeled though. Keep your eyes peeled because you can save a little time doing this. So we're close to the agency. I'm just gonna jump out. We don't need the helicopter. You just need to make sure we don't die. So make sure you pull your parachute. Honestly, even if you do die, you should have some lives left. But anyways, made it back. And just like that, mission passed. So that's 2 out of 3 leaks completed. Let's jump into the final leak. So we've done the Nightlife leak. We've done the High Society leak. Now we need to get into the South Central leak. So let's get started with this. Once again, 2 setups and a finale. So I'll do these setups and we'll jump into the finale once we're ready for it. So once again, we have both the setups ready to go. So it's time for us to jump into the finale for the South Central leak. So here we go, the South Central leak. In my opinion, this is probably the easiest and quickest leak to do. The last one that we did, that leak was probably the hardest one. But anyways, first things first, we have to go to Davis Mega Mall and we have to meet up with Vernon and P. So we just met up with Vernon and P. Vernon's in the green car, P is in the purple car, and we're just gonna have to follow them all the way to a location. And here we go, we have made it over to the location of where we speculate. Well, it's not speculated anymore. The music is here, but yeah, these guys have the music. And it's actually being played out of that lowrider, that yellow lowrider. So anyways, what we got to do here is we should have to take out a bunch of people. Just a simple shootout. It's a lot of people that we're gonna have to shoot out, but it's a lot easier than the Nightlife leak. You just have to take out enough people. Then at some point, once you've taken out enough people, then the head guy is gonna run out of a building. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. Yeah, this guy, he's gonna jump into the lowrider, and the cutscene has this up towards the front, even though I wasn't anywhere close. But anyways, as soon as this cutscene ends, we want to immediately pan our camera around and then try to shoot. Try to make sure you hit the guy. Hopefully you have auto lock, because if you hit the guy, you'll save space. If you hit the guy, you'll save a bunch of time. If not, then you're gonna have to follow the guy, and hopefully you can shoot him out of his car while you're driving behind him. But if not, if you can't do it then you're gonna have to follow him all the way to the location and then take him out there. But anyways, as soon as we have this, we're just gonna have to take it back to the agency, and that is it. It is such a simple finale. A lot more simple compared to the last two. And there we go. We have made it back to our agency. And just like that, mission passed. So we have all 3 leaks now completed. So we're going to have to wait outside of our agency a little bit. And then we're going to have to sit through another cutscene. So we've made it back to the agency. Like I said, we have to sit through a cutscene. It's going to be, I don't know, probably like another 5 minutes. So just sit back, enjoy the cutscene, I guess. Okay, cutscene is over, and once again, we're gonna have to go outside and we're gonna have to wait for Franklin to call us again. So Franklin finally reached back out to me, and to start up the next 2 missions, the final 2 missions, instead of going to the computer, you have to go to this yellow circle inside of our agency. So here we go. We're starting up the next mission. It's called Studio Time, and essentially what we're doing right now is we're collecting Dr. Dre's car because for some reason he left his car at our agency. I don't know what, well, whatever. It's fine. And we just have to take it back to Record A Studios, and that's pretty much the entire mission. Let's start driving over there. And then on the way there, Franklin's calling us, and he's like, oh, nope, actually, no. His studio is being raided. It's being raided by Johnny Guns, and he was the original guy that stole Dr. Dre's music. So we're gonna have to go back in there, and we are going to have to defend it. We're gonna have to defend Dr. Dre. So yeah, right now there's a ton of gunmen outside, so we'll take out as many people outside as we can. I mean, to be honest, it's just a simple shootout. Nothing too crazy going on right now. There's a lot of people though. There we go. Everyone's been taken out on the outside. So let's go inside, and actually inside is going to be a little bit more difficult. I mean, there's just more people to take out, but it's very unpredictable where a lot of these guards are going to be, and then there's going to be people that spawn in behind you. It gets pretty annoying. But once again, you just have to move forward, just keep taking people out, try to make sure you have cover, but it is a very tough spot to have cover. Okay, so we're almost, nope, see, this is the annoying thing about this mission. As soon as you move up towards the back, when you think you've taken everyone out, they'll just say more guards just spawn in behind you, and you have to go back. With a mission, I kind of like to know that I'm progressing, and when the game's like, oh, wait, you got to go back, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying, in my opinion. But anyways, everyone's taken out. Actually did fairly well. It's an annoying mission with how many people you have to take out. But anyways, after we're done with that, we have to sit through another long cutscene. I'll just sit back once again and enjoy the show. Okay, I missed it because I was doing something, but we got the mission passed, so we have to go back to our agency. I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, and then we'll be ready to go once Franklin calls us for the finale. So we're jumping into the finale. Don't F with Dre. And first things first, we have to go to Johnny Guns' last known location. So let's just head into our Kuruma, and let's start going over that way. There we go. We found Johnny Guns, and bro, he runs so weird. But anyways, he ran into his stupid car, and he's gonna drive away. And he's gonna leave us though with his little private military. But anyways, we're trying to go after Johnny Guns because he stole Dr. Dre's music, and he tried to kill Dr. Dre at his own studio. And obviously that didn't happen. We came in, saved the day. You're welcome, Mr. Dr. Dre. But now it's time to put an end to Johnny Guns. So we are gonna take him out and his stupid little private military group, whatever. So right here, we're just gonna have to take out a bunch of his guys. It's not the hardest thing in the world. You start in this train car, so very good cover, will I have to say. So you can easily just chill behind this and just take everyone out. So there's one more guy there just driving up right now. They got out of their car. the vehicles for Johnny Guns' guys, they're like incredibly bulletproof, which is weird. But anyways, we took everyone out. Now, we just got intel that Johnny Guns has fled all the way to LSIA. So when we make it over to Johnny Guns' first known location, the location that we were just at, our car despawns. So once we take everyone out, we have to call it back in. And my car spawned far away, further away than it usually does during this. But anyways, let's get back into our Kuruma and let's go all the way over to LSIA. So we've made it to the location at LSIA. They're going to direct us behind this hangar, and we're going to have to enter this hangar through this side door. And we're going to have to take out a few people. And I only say a few people compared to what a normal person would do because, well, we're going to skip a lot of these people that we're going to have to take out. But just keep moving forward throughout this hallway. There's like a big tanker right here. Blow it up. There's going to be a lot of things that blow up right over here, and you'll see it in a second. There's a guy right here. Then there's going to be a few guys over here that we're going to have to take out just to be extra safe, like that guy right there. Good, eat snacks. Now, this tanker just blew up, right? Walk up to this. I prefer on the left side just to make sure that this works. Press X to climb up, and boom. We are now in it. Let's walk all the way to the other end of it, hop down, and we're going to skip, I'd say 90% of the people that we have to take out during this, which is great. There's a guy right here we can take out. There's another guy right here. And Johnny Guns is a little delayed running up here, but he's finally made it to this location. Now we'll have to go up here, and then we're going to have to injure Johnny Guns. So we need to walk up here, just shoot him, and eventually he'll go down. Then we have to walk up to him, press right on the D-pad, and we're gonna pick him up, and then we're gonna have to sit through a cutscene. So we just got out of the cutscene. So we're in Dr. Dre's car, and all we gotta do now is just take Dr. Dre to Pacific Bluffs Country Club. So we've made it over to Pacific Bluffs Country Club, dropped him off, and he's heading over to his helicopter. And there he goes. He's about to be sent off into his nice helicopter. He flies off into the sunset, literally, and just like that, mission passed. So we've been working towards this. We just made $1 million off of that. Absolutely huge. So that's going to be the other half of the best money-making methods in GTA Online. The best one being the Cayo Perico Heist, the second best one being the contract. But for that contract right there, we just made $1 million, but also we got a boatload of first-time bonuses. So we're going to go over that right now. So the way they did this one, it was off of like a per-mission basis, but in total, you would have made $700,000 in first-time bonuses when you complete the contract fully. And then plus also with a lot of those missions, like we were making money during those missions, like even the free mode missions for all the leaks, and then the finale for the leaks, and then even the second to last mission, we made some money. It was like $10,000, but in total, you should make another $100,000 off of doing those missions. So in total, doing all of the setups, the payments for that, so that's $100,000, completing the finale itself for the $1 million, but then also the $700,000 in first time bonuses, we should have made $1,800,000 from that contract, which that's not going to be reflected on my account at the moment, just because I had a lot of like special events for this week with the Cluck and Bell farm, right? So, but anyways, I just want to say that right now, you should have just made $1,800,000 off of that contract. For me right now, I'm sitting at $2,660,000, but like I said, that's just because of the events for this week. But anyways, I say we have $1,800,000 because the final thing in this video that I want you to do is to go get a pretty good aircraft to fly around in. So let's go to Warstock Cash and Carry. Let's go back to the Kasatka. Let's go down to Moonpool Vehicles, and let's go and get ourselves a Sparrow. Now the Sparrow is going to cost us $1,815,000. Like I said, we should have just made $1,800,000. For some reason, if you still cannot afford this, then like I said, you can do another junk energy time trial. You can sell off excess weapon parts from your bunker to make an extra $50,000, but you shouldn't even need to do that. But anyways, let's go ahead. It's technically renovating the Kasatka, but really we are getting ourselves the Sparrow. But I want you to get the Sparrow for a very specific reason, and that's because you can go to your interaction menu, go down to service vehicles, go down to Kasatka, and you can request your vehicle. You can request a Sparrow, and it'll just spawn in right here, and that's fantastic. And this thing can be equipped with missiles. Right now, you probably won't have enough money for missiles, but I'll fly back to the Kasatka really quick and show you how to equip missiles on this thing. So we're back in our Kasatka. We go over here. This is where our Sparrow is going to be held. So in order to upgrade it, you have to get in. You press right on the D-pad to modify it. There's a few different things. Like obviously if you want to respray it, you can, whatever. And you can also get countermeasures. If you're in like a public lobby, flares actually would be helpful, but I mean, it's not crucial, especially if you're in a private lobby. But anyways, we want to go to weapons because the homing missiles are only $240,000. So you can do, I don't know, you can go ahead and do another, well, you can pretty much do anything I told you to do in this video. If you wanted to do the No Way Out missions, you would have enough money to get the homing missiles. If you want to do a Cluckabell farm raid, once again, you would have enough money to get homing missiles. But at this point, with everything that you have now, you can do another Cayo Perico heist, or you can do another contract and you would easily have enough money to get homing missiles. But since I have enough on this account, I'll go ahead and equip it, and there we go. So now this thing has homing missiles, so we can lock on to enemy aircraft or enemy vehicles on the ground. And with us buying the Sparrow, you should be able to easily make money now in GTA Online because you now have the two best ways to make money. You also know how to do two good ways to make money with the Cluckabell farm raid and the No Way Out missions. But also with the career builder right at the beginning, we have one of the best passive businesses in the game, which is the bunker. But at this point, you can actively make a lot of money with everything that we have now. You can just cycle between a Cayo Perico heist and a contract for Dr. Dre, and you'll easily make millions of dollars. So you started out this video as a level 1 brokey. At this point, you should be just swimming in money. You are definitely not a brokey anymore. You can laugh at all the brokies like me now. So congratulations to you. But anyways, it's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you check out this video right here if you want to see me start out as a level 1 in GTA Online.